today's class. Sin, camps. Why are they trying to destroy God's elect?
It's one thing that I'm going to be addressing today. Sin. We have peoples that claim to be in the truth, but still continue to sin. You can't be in the truth if you're a sinner.
That's right.
You can't be in the truth if you're a liar.
That's right.
Can't be in the truth, man. You're not serving God. You're serving yourself or someone else. This is the reason. Give me the sin, man, so they'll know what it is. Because what I see is these camps, they out here destroying the sheep. One thing that you're going to learn, Christ said he was an austere man.
Right.
When you start having problems with an austere man, you got a problem with Christ. It's not me.
That's right.
And I'm just telling you the truth, man. They don't like it how it is. I'm not going to lower my standards for this nation, man. Because once you start doing that, you start catering to their spirits. Is it going to be a woman or a man and step up, keep these commandments? Because what I tell y'all was coming is coming. And most people are comfortable here. Read that out.
Sin. Now, the voluntary departure of a moral agent from a known rule of rectitude or duty prescribed by God.
See, they understand. They thinking it's prescribed. But see, when they have a problem, they don't see the Spirit, the Most High and the Son here. They just see me.
Bring it out.
Or they see the deacons. Or whoever's in charge. Read.
Any voluntary transgression of the divine law or violation of a divine command, a wicked act, iniquity. Sin is either a positive act in which a known divine law is violated, or it is the voluntary neglect to obey a positive divine command, or a rule of duty clearly implied in such command. Sin comprehends not action only, but neglect of known duty. All evil thoughts, purposes.
All evil thoughts. Read.
Words and desires. Whatever is contrary to God's commands or law. Sinner neither enjoy the pleasures of nor the peace of piety. Among divines, sin is original or actual. Actual sin above defined is the act of a moral agent in violating a known rule of duty. Original sin, as generally understood, is native depravity of heart to the divine will, that corruption of nature, of deterioration of the moral character of man, which is supposed to be the effect of Adam's apostasy, and which manifests itself in moral agents by positive act of disobedience to the divine will, or by the voluntary neglect to comply with the express commands of God, which require that we should love God with all the heart and soul and strength and mind, and our neighbor as ourselves. This native depravity or alienation of affections from God and his law is supposed to be what the apostle calls the carnal mind or mindedness, which is enmity against God and is therefore denominated sin or sinfulness. Unpardonable sin or blasphemy against the Holy Spirit is supposed to be malicious and obstinate rejection of Christ and the gospel plan of salvation, or a contemptuous resistance made to the influences and convictions of the Holy Spirit.
Give me Romans 5:18. I'm going to go right into it today. See, what we have here is a problem with obedience. What we have is a problem of disobedience. And the problem is when peoples are not striving to take their lifestyle to the next level, once they get to a certain point, they got a problem with everything. You ever bring in a stray child off the street, you try to lay laws down for them, they don't want to hear nothing. That's why they have to go back out there and you read the newspaper, they be the one that got the head blown off.
Get out.
See, we take this truth as something that it should fit us. Let me tell you something, when you're not walking righteously, it ain't fitting you.
That's right.
That's the problem. The problem is when you're not thinking correctly, it's not fitting you. And the problem is when we see our brothers and sisters and we see what I see what's going on, man. I just see baby children's in the truth.
Bring it out.
It's not the holy seed of Christ. Everybody want it their way.
Bring it out.
But it ain't gonna be but one way. Read that up.
Romans chapter 5 verse 18. Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men.
It say therefore by the offense, by the transgression of one judgment came up to all men, all 12 tribes, even the women. Read.
To condemnation.
To punishment. Read.
Even so, by the righteousness of one.
That's Yahawashi. Jump up to verse 12.
Verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man's sin entered into the world.
This is Adam. Read.
And death by sin.
And that's what sin is, death. Read.
And so death passed upon all men.
And sin passed upon all men. Read.
For that all have sinned.
See, a lot of them thinking they're walking around here, man. And I tell you this, man. I've been in this walk long enough, man, to see. I can see you. I can see when you're walking backwards.
Bring it out.
I see you. But see, you thinking, well, who do you think the eyes of the Lord is down here? The judges. We're here to correct your mistakes. And when you don't want to get your mistakes correct, then guess what? Lord will deal with you.
Bring it out.
Back up to verse 18, 19, 18.
Verse 18. Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation.
Read on.
Even so, by the righteousness of one, the free gift.
This is the grace. Read.
Came upon all men unto justification of life.
And justification is these laws, and that life is that blood.
That's right.
Read.
For as by one man's
disobedience refused to obey. Read.
Many were made sinners.
Many was made sinners. Read.
So by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous.
So Christ came here to die to bring you back into the covenant. But a lot of us, man, like I tell you, you're 2/3 amongst us too. See, 2/3 ain't just outside the doors. It's 2/3 amongst us too. And you can tell by the way that they conduct themselves, the way that they treat their brothers and sisters, the way that they hate order, structure. They hate this stuff, man. But you never see them go to their job with that. You never see them go to the police department with that.
That's right.
You never see them go. They only attack their own. They attack dogs on their own peoples, man.
That's right.
That's what they are. They don't know how to attack nobody but their own, man. And this is what's wrong with Israel. This is what you got in these camps. Attack dogs.
That's right.
But nobody speaks of it. It's been going on too long, man. When are we going to look at what's going on? The inflation is the food, man. A pack of meat is going to be running you about $30 soon.
Yeah.
They don't care. But see, I'm going to tell you something. Don't come crying to me, man. You catch the golden hand, man. I'm telling you.
That's right.
Because I'm sitting here giving you, and I'm out here breaking my back. I don't want to hear that pity story, man. Because that's what people want. That's what weak men and wicked sisters do.
Right.
They want to bring that pity party to you, man. I'm not hearing it. I'm telling y'all what's going on now. I'm telling y'all what's going on. I'm telling you, $100 ain't nothing in the store. Keep depending on Walmarts. I'm telling you about these gardens and people. Lazy brews, man.
Bring it out.
Lazy. Read up.
Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound.
The offense, man. The offense, man, might abound. Read.
But where sin abounded.
See, where sin abounded, where it increased, read.
Grace did much more abound.
See, that free gift, man, did much more abound, man, than increased. See, and that law was introduced to all people. Because most people, they don't want to do all day. They pick and choose. I'll take that one. I don't pick that one out of that. I want this one. What is written in here, man, you have to live by.
Right.
And that's the problem with our people, man. They want to cut corners. I'm going to tell you something, man. Going to be a lot of you understanding. Why I try to work so hard to make sure that things are laid down, man. I'm going to tell you something. Get caught with your pants down, man. Get caught with these stores closed around here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. Don't come bringing your mama, man. I'm going to tell you to take her where she was. Let her go back to her pork chop sandwich.
That's right.
She's not coming up in the gates, man. I'm telling you, this is what's real, man. Don't come bringing me your wicked family, man. Because they coming in there to divide.
Yeah.
Right now, y'all don't understand what is going on out here because some of you don't even pay attention. It doesn't bother you that a loaf of bread is almost $6. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you that gas would be up to $4 to $5. See, it doesn't bother you now because you got pride on you.
Right.
When that pride, I'm going to tell you something. Pride is just a wankster spirit, man.
That's right.
Read out.
That as sin hath reigned unto death,
It hath prevailed unto death. Read.
even so might grace reign through righteousness unto eternal life by Christ our Lord.
That's the blood of Christ, man. This is what you're not seeing going on in these schools. It's just follies, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Follies, 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 man. Vanity, 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 vanity.
That's right.
That's why you see people are sick, man. And I'm going to tell you something. The nation of Israel that call themselves awake, making them sicker. That's why you got people out there on Facebook hollering they not dealing with schools. Man, they don't came in. And let me tell you something. Some of them wicked as hell, too. I'm not going to agree with everything that they do. Some of them run right to Vocab Malone, tell all the business, man.
Get out.
A coon with fringes on. You got a lot of weak men and sisters in this truth, man. And when they spirit is flexed, man, they want to go tell anything.
That's right.
But they never run tell the white man business.
That's right.
Or the 2/3 business, man. Give me Philippians 2:8.
Bring it out.
They never go tell, they don't, let me tell you somebody business they don't tell. They don't tell their own business.
That's right.
They ain't gonna tell you they was sinning. They ain't gonna tell you they was out there smoking their tweed, man.
Bring it out.
They not gonna tell you. And let me tell you something, when you counsel them, they never tell you the truth.
That's right.
They're gonna tell you what you want you to think, man. What make you think that they not really that wicked. Let me tell you something, bro or sister. When y'all sitting down in that seat, man, you're not dealing with us. You're dealing with Christ.
That's right.
He's the ultimate judge. Our job is to correct it. How can we correct you when you come and lie? Read up.
Philippians chapter 2 verse 8. And being found in fashion as a man.
It say Christ was found in the fashion of a man. You got all these peoples out here, man, coming out here talking about what they think. He walked on water and all this. Man, let me tell you something, man. What Bible? They don't even read their Bible, man.
Bring it out.
They don't even read their Bible. And let me tell you something. There's certain tiers to this truth, man. And everybody's not on the same level.
That's right.
They need to get that out of their head, man. They think because we walk together, we got the same color shoes on, that means that we think just alike.
Get out.
We all don't think just alike.
Get out.
This is the problem with Israel. That's why they call y'all crabs in the bucket, man. Because you can't, they don't want to, they feel like if someone a step ahead of them, the whole crowd going to try. Why you think they came after Christ?
Get out.
Because they felt like Christ felt that he was better than them or something. The same spirits on these Israelites walking around here with fringes.
Get out.
Same spirits. Read up.
He humbled himself.
He what?
He humbled himself.
See, they don't want to humble themselves, man. Nobody in this truth want to humble themselves. Everybody want to be the chief. You see some of these clowns with crowns on their head, man.
Bring it out.
I don't own nothing. It just looks stupid to me. Bozo the clown.
Bring it out.
You got a crown that don't own no country. Read up.
And became obedient unto death.
He said he became what?
Obedient unto death.
Read on.
Even the death of the cross.
The crucifixion. When are y'all going to come to the cross?
Get out. Bring that out.
See, people ain't come to the cross, man, because they still lying.
That's right.
Got deception in their breath.
That's
Bring it out.
Hatred in their heart.
Bring it out.
And you wonder why, man. What's the problem?
Bring it out.
You got these camps out here teaching this too, man. Let me tell you something. Somebody saying they've been in the truth 30 years don't mean nothing to me.
Bring it out.
Your action means everything.
That's right.
So if you running around here acting like a Niggerar whatever, and you've been 30 years and I'm supposed to show you some kind of respect? There's no respect of person, man. This is what's wrong. Back to Romans 5:20. It's Christ came here just like we are here. Why we ain't getting it right? You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you something. The only kind of communication in Israel is gossip.
Bring it out.
We already read it. Only kind of communication. Let's go to 1 John 3 and 4. The only kind of communication in Israel is gossip.
Bring it out.
When there's some gossip, everybody knows, don't it?
That's right.
That's the only way all people know how to communicate. Such and such and such and such and such and such. That travels. But let something positive. It'll die fast in this nation. That's why you don't see the nation coming together. Let's see. Read that up.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4.
Yeah.
Whosoever committed sin.
See, a lot of them thinking it's a little sin. Let me tell you something. You're gonna be charged with all of them.
That's right.
A homosexual have a better chance than a liar getting in the truth, man, if they repent.
Bring it out.
Our peoples, they love to lie. They thinking lying is a career. Lying got a 401k plan to it.
Bring it out.
And they do it and they just self-conscious. They've been doing it so long, it's just automatic. Bam, lie. But when it comes to critical thinking, they ain't got none of that.
Bring it out.
That's eroded out their head. They go to the liars. You ever see them on 48 hours? They dealing with another liar. And they trying to lie to this liar. And this liar know that they lying to him. Because this liar know he's a liar. So he recognizes a liar.
That's right. Bring it out. Bring it out.
That's how it is in Israel. Read up.
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
They break the law, man. They violate the law. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
That's the statute, man. Read.
And ye know that he was manifest to take away our sins.
He was manifest, man, to take away our sins. Read.
And in him is no sin.
In him was no sin. So who you following?
Bring it out.
Who these camps following? We got so much wickedness going on amongst Israel, man. And they walk around here with they strutting their high peacock, man, like ain't nothing wrong, man.
Bring it out.
And like ain't the Most High ain't raising their skirts up and getting exposed. And then they get mad and they out there threatening and trying to kill each other. I don't understand it. And when you come in here and when you see people come in here and they leave out of here, they leave because they don't want to get in order.
Right.
They're not leaving because somebody did something to them.
Right.
You can ask any of them that left out this door what they do to y'all.
Bring it out.
They're going to give you this, such and such, and such and such and such and such. They're not going to say, well, he stole some money from me, they broke in my car, slept with my wife. That lets you know how their brains operate, man. A lot of these brothers and sister brains they just got one cell working in there, and that's just evil. One cell up there working evil. They can't see positive. They can't see the light because they so much caught in darkness. Read,
Whosoever abideth in him,
whoever dwell in him, read,
sinneth not.
See that thing is close. I'm gonna tell you something. When you around people that they ain't trying to be a sinner, you can't dwell around them, man, because you living in life, man. You living a lie. And I'm gonna tell you something. Your skirt will be blown up too.
That's right.
See, we see it all. I see it all the time. Skirts get raised up, man. They back out in the world. They back in their government name, such and such. But they was holier than thou walking around here. Oh, out there. You see them. You see them. You see them. Well, see, y'all don't see them because when you're in darkness, they're in darkness. It's okay for dark. You have darkness camps.
Bring it out.
These camps are not about Christ's business, man. It's a party.
Bring it out.
It's a social gathering just of wicked spirits. Read,
Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him.
They don't understand him. See, they don't understand him. They don't understand Christ because they still, let me tell you something, man. Christ can come tap you on your shoulder and blow your camera out anytime, man.
That's right.
That pride on your ass, man, gonna cost you. Everything. Let me tell you something. You see them people walking around out there in them streets, man. It's a terrible thing to let Christ get caught in Christ's hand. And you see some of these brothers go to these sisters go to these camps. They're going where the Most High sending them to. See, you always say a wicked man for a wicked woman. It's just saying a wicked person for a wicked camp. See, when you really truly don't understand the scriptures, you don't know how to bring them to the people. Read up.
Neither known him.
They don't even know him, man. They don't even know him. Read.
Little children.
Read on.
Let no man deceive you.
See why we go into these camps. Let me tell you something. First thing we gravitate is that gossip. That corrupt gossip. I don't like something. Well, what you don't like? And the person that's sitting there eating it, he just as corrupt as the person sitting there speaking it. Because they're not rebuking that person. They're not checking that person. What about you? See, because you ever notice when somebody got something negative to say, they never got nothing good to say?
Bring it out.
Why is that? Why did they never have nothing positive to say about a person? Why do you think they're out there killing each other? Because that's the same spirit that's in amongst the nation. The same spirit. You can't say nothing good. Well, I didn't learn nothing. I don't know nothing. You know why? Because you never came in and applied yourself.
That's right.
See, when you don't apply yourself, you're just a walking snake, a serpent. That's who you are. See, because you don't want to change. You want things to change around for you. It's not going to happen. Christ didn't come here and die for him to soothsay spirits, to trim his ways for love. Read up.
He that doeth righteousness
Read on.
is righteous.
He that doeth righteousness is righteousness. Read.
Even as he is righteous.
Even as Christ is righteous. Read.
He that committeth sin
See, this is the scriptures, man. Read.
is of the devil.
What is he?
Is of the devil.
I'll tell you something, man. You got a lot of devils walking with fringes on, man.
That's right.
You got a lot of wicked people with fringes on, man.
That's right.
That's what you got in this truth now. I'm starting to understand. You know, it's like, why they can't think? Because they're not trying to think, man. They just want things to be what they feel like it should be. In this game, it's a thinking man game. No matter what you do in life, you got to be thinking.
Right.
Even when you go to the gas pump, you got to be thinking. Some people will go there and put diesel in their car.
Bring it out.
That's how it is. That's why you always see people always got problems. Because they're not trying to use their mind. And some of them don't want to clear out the garbage around. Mom and daddy, man, they're not making. I'm coming to tell you something, man. I'm one of the realest ones going to tell you the truth. Mom on that deathbed, she told me, well, I believe in Christ. Christ going to snap her neck anyway.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
See, they want to play games. Well, mama said she believed. Yeah, okay. A little too late for that, ain't it?
Bring it out.
Was mama trying this when she had the time?
Bring it out.
See, they don't want to hear that, man. Read up.
For the devil sinned from the beginning.
See, I'm tell you something, man. If you are that person, you still that person. Read.
For this purpose, the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil.
See, the wicked ones, man. The wicked spirits that don't want to repent, that love to lie, that love to deceive, that love corrupt communication, that loves everything evil. It's sad that I'm seeing these things just manifest themselves. Read.
Whosoever is born of God,
Whoever is born again, read.
doth not commit sin.
See, I'm going to tell you something. When are you going to change? When are you going to change? You can pretend all you want, man. Let me tell you something. You've been in this truth 6 months and your lifestyle ain't changing. Something wrong. You've been in this truth a year and you still got the same evil ways. Something wrong. 2 years? Come on, man. 3? You ain't gonna change. 4? You just that NIGG. You're not gonna change, man. You just round the body because that's all you got. Because you don't burn every bridge in the world you had.
Bring it out.
Now you coming in here and you're not trying to check your spirit. Let me tell you something. What did Christ say? I'm the same today, tomorrow, yesterday, and forever. When are you going to change?
Bring that out.
Read up.
For his seed remaineth in him,
It's that same demon remaineth in him. Read.
and he cannot sin,
Read.
because he is born of God.
See, the ones that repent and accept this law, accept this word, they're the one born of Christ. Read.
In this, the children of God are manifest.
See, the children of God are manifest. You can see them by their works and by their actions, by their communication. Read.
And the children of the devil.
You can tell by their action, their ways, their communication. Read.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness
Read on.
is not of God.
Read on.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
Let me tell you something. You got a lot of them out there tell you they love you, man. They lying through their teeth.
That's right.
Their teeth should be separated. They spit so much lies out.
Bring
They
it out.
should have a big gap in their mouth. That's all they do, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. People thinking it's just a game, man. Oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. My family still, they okay. Let me tell you something, man. People are not seeing the killing going on around here. You got groups of people running in stores, man, robbing stores. They hungry. You thinking that you out there by yourself, they not gonna overcome you? You got people getting robbed in the broad daylight. But see, you got pride on you. Pride goeth before destruction, before that pain comes.
That's right.
Read up.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning,
See, some of them don't understand. They've been here. Read.
that we should love one another.
See, you got these camps out here. They don't teach this stuff, man. 2 Corinthians 5:17. They don't teach this, man. They don't teach that we should love one another. You got camps out here, man. They walk around here with hate in their spirits.
That's right. Bring it out.
Read that up.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ,
Be in Christ. Read.
he is a new creature.
Some of our people still walking around here the old demon that they was, man.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Let me tell you something. You can't be in Christ. And you know, and I'm gonna tell you something about this weed stuff, man. People thinking weed is you're gonna get a ghetto pass to the kingdom.
Bring it out.
You know, if you don't know how to break it down, turn it into a compound, and baby, make it do it that way, you can't inhale it. And you can't put it in no brownies and talk about you doing something, you know.
That's right. Bring it out.
This is the sickness of our people, man. And then once you understand, buying weed does not come with a 401k plan.
That's right.
But they still go out here and buy it, not knowing that they can go be dealing with this Negro and he owes somebody or she owes somebody some money. You get caught and your child or somebody get their head blown off.
Bring it out.
And all I see is the people on TV. Oh, they were just so good. Okay, why was they in that area? Why was they around there?
Bring it out. Bring that out.
Go to a funeral, all you're going to hear is lies.
Bring it out.
That's all you hear. You got these Israelites right now, and you got some of these old camps that's been out here for a minute, man. Are they in a new creature? When you hollering your elder more than you holler your Yahawashi, what the hell? And then some of y'all go and watch this garbage. When you putting people on a pedestal, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know these people personally. I just see them. I salam. Some of these people won't even speak to you. If you're not in their camp, they won't speak. It's people left here that don't call me all out my name. I still shalom. I don't fool with them though. See, you can't fool me twice.
Bring it out.
Read out.
Old things are passed away.
Why these old things that you do not passed away? Why the lying spirit is not passed away? Why the hatred is not passed away?
Bring it out.
Why? If you saying you in Christ, no matter what your brother or sister did to you, you can't forgive them.
Bring it out.
When you understand that this is not about you, when you wake up, man, and understand that you're supposed to be just like Christ, we're not going to have 3 million NIGG in the kingdom.
Bring it out. Bring that out.
The same old spirit, the same old hatred. We're not going to have that in the kingdom.
Right.
Read up. Behold, all things are become new.
Why you see these people still acting the same way? This is how you know, people say, which camp do I go to? You're going to go to the camp that thrives with that wicked spirit in you or that righteous spirit in you.
Right.
You're going to go, and once you go into these camps, I'm going to break it down for you today to show you that the sins that these camps are in, the idol worshiping. I'm going to show you the man pleasing, the yes mans, the wicked ass sisters, and no man shall be having no 2 wives in captivity.
Bring it out.
You got a lot of these Israelites come in this truth just to have 2 wives, so they can commit all kind of fornication, have them both in there having threesomes,
Bring it out.
blunts lit. That's what goes on. 1 Corinthians 15:34.
Bring it out.
That's what goes on. Read that up.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34.
This is how you know when you're coming in the truth. It's going to say the same thing. Read.
Awake to righteousness.
So how you going to wake back to darkness?
Bring it out.
The sin. You claim you're walking with Christ. Let me tell you something. Why are you thinking you don't see people coming on the Sabbath day, the Shabbat every day?
Bring it out.
This is Christ's day. What excuse do they make? What excuse do they make? They lie all the time. That's not a new creature. I'm going to tell you something. I see your actions. Read out.
And sin not.
And what?
And sin not.
Saying sin not. Read.
For some have not the knowledge of God.
See, you got a lot of these camps out here, they still teaching Christianity. Or they got 100% of the truth. I don't know how you get 100% of the truth and still teaching Christ walked on water and still talking about cherry spaceships flying through the sky.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
How are you pushing the doctrine of darkness? Or you got to acknowledge the chip. Some of these cats' brains ain't got a chip in it.
Right.
A hawaka, a thaka, a saka. That don't mean nothing to Christ, man.
Bring it out.
All they do is sit around here, man, and look for garbage. Jump up to verse 33.
Verse 33. Be not deceived.
Read.
Evil communication.
Read on.
Corrupt good manners.
That's what you see with these brothers and sisters out here, man.
Bring it out.
Evil communication. I told you, that stuff thrives in the nation. Let me slip down and fall, man. It been about 30 videos where he slipped down and fell, man, and Christ was punishing him. There was ice on the ground, huh?
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Bring that out.
You forgot the elements. Back to verse 34.
Bring it out.
Awake to righteousness and sin not.
Read on.
For some have not the knowledge of God.
Read on.
I speak this to your shame.
Paul said, I speak this to their shame. Because you know why? A lot of them don't even read their Bibles in these camps, man.
Bring it out. Right. Bring it out.
They too busy watching videos. They looking for that Esau in the title video. They ready for. Let me tell you something. You should be, when we out there rebuking some of our people, that's the one you should be looking at. Because let me tell you something, 2/3 of them, they not gonna make it.
Bring it out.
We're not understanding our own people's oppressing us, man. And all these camps do is focus on Esau.
Bring it out.
Nobody gonna tell you. During the Civil War, there was over 250,000 men fighting for the Confederate. Why? Because they were fighting for slaves.
Bring it out.
And when they got reparations, some of these same black people that you love, that these so-called Israelites, they got money too. See, because America became a corporation when it changed to the United States. So our people got in bed with Esau, but Esau took their place. And let me tell you this. Esau got something over their head.
Bring it out.
Something that y'all don't know that they want you to think. They want you to think that all white people are going to be put away forever.
Bring it out.
The 2/3 are the ones going to be put away forever.
That's right.
They're the ones that are going to be put away forever, the 2/3. They're not coming back.
Bring it out.
You thinking we out here walking around here trying to live righteous, walking in these laws, keeping statutes and commandments, and somebody that was eating pork chops, smoking a blunt, get to come back here, man?
Bring it out.
We might well shut the church down and go back to the world.
Bring it out.
It doesn't make sense, do it?
Nope.
That's what we think, though. Romans 75.
Bring it out.
See, they got these so-called, let me tell you something. Some of these Israelite camps, you got agents in there, man.
That's right.
You got agents in these camps, man, that don't care about nothing. If they really truly care about Christ, they'll do what Christ say. Why they don't do what Christ say?
Bring it out.
Huh? Read this up.
Romans chapter 7 verse 5. For when we were in the flesh,
See, we was in a carnal mind. Read.
the motions of sin.
The what?
The motions of sin.
The corrupt, the desire of sin. Read.
Which were by the law.
The law of sin. Read.
Did work in our members.
It worked in our minds. Read.
To bring forth fruit unto death.
Bring what? For what?
To bring forth fruit unto death.
To bring forth fruit unto death, man. Some of you don't even know some of your elders are bringing forth fruit for death.
That's right.
Bring it out.
See, because they quick to put people on. They see somebody, man, they out there doing it. They thinking that's of Christ.
Bring it out.
It's not of Christ.
Bring it out.
See how people so simple-minded, man, that they can simple believe anything.
Right.
Because you thinking somebody is, and you got people that put people just, hey, man, they'll kill you. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to go fight nobody for me, man. You ain't got to go kill nobody. Somebody don't like me, hey, man, salute them and move on. Somebody don't like the deacon, salute them and move on.
Yeah.
We're not here for vainglory. We're not here to be praised of men.
That's right.
We're in captivity, man.
That's right.
How you gonna be somewhere getting out here tooting your own horn, man, and your people are catching hell? But see, we don't really want to really address that. We don't really want to address that, man. Jump down to verse 21.
Verse 21. I find then a law.
I find in a law, y'all read.
That when I would do good,
Read.
evil is present with me.
So anytime, wherever you at right now, evil gonna be present with you. It's all around. It's always with you. Evil ain't went away. And you think, I tell people, come get counseling, man. Get your stuff, get built up on your weakness. That evil be right with you. It be in there talking to you, don't it? Smoke that blunt. Go to the strip clubs. Evil be right there in your ear. Cheat on your husband. Husband, cheat on your wife. Get 3 wives.
Yeah.
Tell you something, man. Hell dealing with one. What the hell you gonna have 2 mouths up in there? You're gonna wish you had the Cedral Beaujeu Christ spirit. The power of Christ command you. And she just said and be quiet. And Cedral Beaujeu spirit cold, ain't it? I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. She just walk in go in the kitchen and clean the kitchen up. Doesn't work like that, man. Read,
For I delight in the law of God.
it said I take joy in that law of God. Read.
After the inward man.
After the soul, after the spirit, after my mind. Read.
But I see another law.
See, I see a different law. Read.
In my members.
In my mind. Read.
Warring.
Read.
Against the law of my mind.
Against the law of my mind. Read.
And bringing me into captivity.
Bring you right back under the curse. Read.
To the law of sin.
Our people just can't get out of the law of sin.
Bring it out.
They can't get away. They stuck in the law of sin. Read.
Which is in my members.
It's in your mind. You can't get it out because you don't want to read. You don't want counsel. You don't want to change. You want to keep that lying ass spirit on you. And let me tell you something. These guys that be out there on them street corners, man, they causing the children to get worse.
Right.
It doesn't, you know, people come in, they won't tell you they ain't seeing it. They'll go out and like, they want to go out there and teach somebody.
Bring it out.
They know they worse than the Kemet people. They worse than the Pan-Africans. They worse than the Christianity church with fringes on it.
That's right.
Read.
Oh, wretched man,
Oh, miserable man or woman, read.
that I am.
That, see, you won't say that. Pride. You won't say it because you got pride on you. That's why you see in these camps, they so prideful, man. But you know, a day of calling are coming. Read.
Who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Who gonna deliver me from the body of this death, of this sin that I am in? Read.
I thank God through Christ our Lord.
I thank God through Christ our Lord. Read.
So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God.
With my mind, train my mind, get my mind in order that I might serve the law of God.
That's right.
You know why we can't serve the law of God? Because we want to play leapfrogs in this truth.
Get out.
We get this in with these spirits, man. You got some of these camps popping up, man. They can't put training wheels on a children's bike.
Bring it out.
They can't change a flat on a car. They can't even plant a seed in the ground. Let me tell you something. A true man comes back to nature. That's when you know how to operate in this world. I figured it out once I was in the garden. Some of you sisters need to start coming more. We have a camp every Sunday going out there. You're too busy, man. Once you get to knowing nature again, you get to know yourself. That's how I truly started understanding the Bible. It opened my eyes. I carnal minded. See, when you make excuses, what do you think the so-called 2/3 in the white man separate us from? Why do you think we all gathered in these cities? Why are you thinking when you drive out the city of Dallas, there's just open land everywhere?
Bring it out.
This is a corporation. And you are the slave that's paying the debts.
Right.
You are the slave laborers.
Right.
And you don't know it. And I tell you, if you're going to be a businessman or a businesswoman, you can't have a slothful spirit.
Right.
Most business a person start, they working 12 to 15 hours a day.
That's right.
To get it off the ground. You can't have a business working 4 hours a day. Read.
But with the flesh, the law of sin.
See, with the flesh, the law of sin. See, your mind, but that flesh, give me Galatians 5:17. See, the problem is, we can't get out of each other's way because, we come in here, we bring these classes 7 days a week. Some people at home over mama house. Some people somewhere running their mouth. Read that out.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 17.
Jump up to verse 16.
Verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit.
It say walk in the spirit, man. Read.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
See, people, when they don't understand, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna come to nobody come talking to me like that because they know I'm not taking. I'm gonna rebuke you. I'm not gonna let you come to me with that carnal-minded spirit. You think I don't have to stop people? I had one guy that left here, came to me telling me the spirit was dealing with his ass. I almost broke downtown Dallas.
Bring it out.
I almost tore the concrete out the road, man.
Bring it out.
I'm like, get away from me with that, man. I don't want to hear that lie. Don't come telling me no lie, man. They'll tell you that lie. They'll know that they lying. And they're going to tell you that lie to see if you know that they telling you a lie. And they continue telling that lie. That's when they catch the golden hand.
Right. Yeah. Amen.
Don't come. Let me tell you something, man. Give me 1 Corinthians 2 and 15. Let me show you something. We're gonna come back there. See, people can run game on you because you're not truly reading the Bible. Read that up.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15.
Read.
But he that is spiritual
Read on.
judgeth all things.
Read on.
Yet he himself is judge of no man.
See, you had a lot of men in here want to do the judging. You have a lot of people in the truth want to do the judging. They're not correcting nobody in no kind of way. Back to where it was, man. Galatians 5 and 16. They don't care about this truth, man. People's in here for it. They want to be blown up, man. They want to be rappers, entertainers, actors. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of people don't even understand. A lot of our people that was in power was Masons. A lot of them, man, was into homosexuality.
Bring it out.
See, the profession you choose. Let me tell you something. And you ain't got a pot to piss in here. I was telling Oxnam. I seen a boat these Edomites got cost $15 million. That boat was clean. It had about 10 master suites in it. And the owner of the boat had a whole deck to himself. Even he had 25 workers on the boat. They all had quarters too. And let me tell you something about our people. We fight about nothing.
That's right.
We argue about nothing.
That's right.
We at each other's throat about nothing.
Yeah.
Negroes ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. They kill each other, man.
Bring it out.
They kill each other and they hate each other. But when it comes down to the word, shalom, bro.
Bring it out.
There's no hatred for my brothers out there, man. They wicked as hell. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If they wasn't operating in sin, or they wasn't operating in that malice spirit, then their fruits will be a whole lot different. Read,
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
read on.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
See, let me tell you something. That's why you have people that can't come get right in here. Because let me tell you something. This is going a little deeper than what you think. The flesh people that's corner-minded, they can't come around spiritual people.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to sit down for a while. They've been here 1 month. They've been here 2 months. They start wiggling in their seat. 3 months, you'll see them over there. They're not even in their Bible no more. They're looking around the classroom.
That's right. Bring it out.
They have to get out of here. Read,
And the spirit against the flesh.
See, you understand when we walking, they sin. They hide. That's why you don't see them. They don't come to Shabbat service. You got a lot of them sitting out at home now because of these schools. Read.
And these are contrary, the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
You can't do the things that you would, man. You can't live the life that you want to live. Give me Romans 7:6. You can't live that life that you want to truly live, man. You can't be Nino Brown in the truth.
That's right.
You can't be Shanae in the truth. Read that up.
Romans chapter 7, verse 6. But now we are delivered from the law.
We are delivered from the law of sin, man. Read.
That being dead,
When without Yahawashi, read.
wherein we were held,
We would hail, read.
that we should serve in newness of spirit.
See, a lot of people just can't get this, man. Most of the time it's the same people that you cancel. It's the same one. They can't break that curse. Because you know why? They're not trying. They'll try to do the things in this world. But to please Christ, they'll give it 50%. They won't give it 100%. But to please mama, they'll give it 100%. To please their children, they'll give it 100%. But to please Christ, they won't give it 100%. Then once he pulls the spirit from you, then you'll see them, like I say, they start missing the Shabbats. They don't come around no more. They don't communicate. And a lot of this is too in the truth. People don't communicate in the truth. Because what Esau done taught you to text, Instagram, Facebook,
Bring it out.
Snapchat, what's up out. He don't cut you off from communicating. There's a lot of mute running around here, man. Only time they speak is when you see them in a messenger or Facebook. You'll see people give all their personal business on Facebook. I think when somebody in there talking about why do women have to wear scarves, started reaching out to leadership, they do things backwards. It's in the scriptures. Read on that.
And not in the oldness of the letter.
Not in the oldness of the letter. What? The letter of sacrifice, man. The law of sacrifice. Read on. Hold on. Give me Hebrews 8:13. You know, and the thing is, we so far behind, man. This is why I try to tell you. A lot of us really want that lifestyle. But see, this first generation gonna have to sacrifice themselves for the second generation. So when we get back here, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about getting the children in order. I'm gonna tell you something. That world will get them in order. I can promise you that. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't spoil that child, man. And that's what a lot of y'all been spoiled, man, with corruption.
Right.
You've been spoiled, corrupt in the mind of thinking everything you think is righteous.
Yeah.
Read,
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 13. In that he said,
read.
A new covenant.
He said, a new covenant, read.
He hath made the first old.
He said he hath made the sacrificial law old, read.
Now, that which decayeth and waxeth old,
read,
is ready to vanish away.
It's ready to vanish away, man. So you know why I did this? Because our people were just sinning. They want to go buy a turtle dove. Hey, just sin and go buy a turtle dove. You good on the weekend. Now he's holding you accountable. It ain't that you can go just sacrifice now. You being held accountable. Give me Hebrews 10 and 4. You are being held accountable now for your own salvation. Not for no blood of the bulls and goats now. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 4.
Read on.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
It's not possible that the life of a bull or goat, see, that's what we had to kill to take away our sin. See, now the emphasis is on you.
Right.
So you can't be just walking around here just sinning.
Yeah.
Willfully sinning.
Yeah.
One of the major things that our people have is that corrupt communication. Read up.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world,
It say when Yahawashi came into the nation, read.
he said,
Read.
Sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not.
He said no bulls and goats, read.
But a body
But a nation, read.
hast thou prepared for me
Read on.
in burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin.
Read on.
Thou hast had no pleasure.
You better get your life right, man.
That's right. Yeah.
You keep playing with this truth, man. You're going to get your neck snapped. Romans 10 and 15.
Verse 15. Oh.
Y'all better get right, man. And let me tell you something. This is the kind of message that these camps are not really feeding these sheep. Read that up.
Romans chapter 10 verse 15. And how shall they preach?
How shall they teach? Read.
Except they be sent.
See, they're thinking anybody out there with a mic in their hand was sent.
Bring it out.
You're not understanding. You're going to have people that's out there that's corrupt, that's going to be out there too. You thinking the Pharisees and the scribes wasn't there too?
Bring it out.
Y'all got to be crazy, man. This truth, man, it's about getting yourself together.
Right.
And when you can't get together, man, it'll destroy you. Oh, you mad at Christ, not at the prophets. Read up.
As it is written.
As it is written in the law, read.
How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace.
That teach the gospel of peace. Read.
And bring glad and bring glad tidings
News, read.
of good things.
We're trying to bring glad tidings of good things, good news, man. Give me the letter on gossip. The gospel. Read that out.
Gospel.
I just want to break it down for you. Read.
The history of the birth, life, actions, death, resurrection,
Read.
ascension, and doctrine of Christ, or a revelation
This is all this is a revelation. Read.
of the grace of God
Read on.
to fallen man through a mediator,
Read on.
including the character,
Read on.
action,
What?
action,
Read.
and doctrines of Christ,
Read.
with the whole scheme of salvation
Read on.
as revealed by Christ and his apostles.
So you got to understand, man, everybody out here is not of Christ. Some people's out there, man, they just out there to look good in front of that camera.
That's right.
They don't care nothing about the people, man. You shouldn't be in here charging people money to pay you to do this work.
That's right. Bring it out.
You got peoples out here that pay peoples to do this month. They get paid. You got peoples in these schools, man. They find the elders' houses, and the elders treat them like trash.
Now, bring it out.
How can I be living in a nice house and I got peoples in here that can't even feed their children?
Bring it out. Amen.
How can you do these things, man, and call yourself a man of Christ? Get your own house, fake prophet. Get your own house, fake elder. How? And how do you just walk around and see the people, man, car ain't running, but you sleeping good?
Bring it out.
But see, one thing that I tell you, that what I'm trying to show you, you ain't got to do nothing for me. I want you to take care of your business.
That's right.
Believe me. This is what I want y'all to understand. Romans 10 and 16.
Romans chapter 10 verse 16.
Bring it out.
But they have not all obeyed the gospel.
See, they're not obeying the truth, man. Because you know why? Because Israel is caught into traditions.
Right.
A flying beamer ship, a chip,
Bring it out.
the dark moon worshippers. They're not trying to be like Christ, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. These guys that say that they in 1969 that they had the truth, this truth never left the planet.
Bring it out. Right.
It was people's in it. Why did you got the peoples that went over to Dimona, Israel, back in 1969? So they must have been teaching the truth before then. For at least over 100 of them went over to Israel in 1969. Did they go to the One West school?
Bring it
No,
out.
they did not. So don't think that somebody telling you that Christ is only dealing with him. This has got to be somebody that's madness in his mind, man. You got to be madness in your mind and think that Christ is only dealing with you.
Bring it out.
You got to understand that Christ dealing with all the sheep, as we call them.
Bring it out.
Read up.
For Isaiah said,
Isaiah said, read.
Lord, who hath believed our report?
They don't want to believe the truth, man. They don't want to believe the report, man. Read.
So then faith cometh by hearing.
See, faith coming by what?
By hearing.
See, people thinking you just got faith by just the blood.
Bring it out.
It's the blood. Yeah, it's your life that is going to be cost.
Bring it out.
Read.
And hearing
Read.
by the word of God.
So it breaks it down to you. So when people's them are out there in them street corners saying, I got faith. Okay, so then faith coming by hearing. So, okay, what have you heard?
Bring it out.
They confounded now
Bring it out.
because that's the only thing they know. And once you ask them that, and if you heard, it say by the word of God. So why you don't know what's in this Bible? Read on up.
But I say, have they not heard?
See, what did he say?
Have they not heard?
Read.
Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth,
Their fruit went into all the earth. Read.
and their words unto the ends of the world.
And their words unto the end, to the end, to the end. Romans 7:7, to the end of the world. Their work, man. Let me tell you something. That's why I don't get discouraged. When they skedaddles, I don't get discouraged, man. They used to. I'm like, man, why are people sick? Skedaddles. This truth gonna keep moving forward, man.
That's right.
The ship got to keep going.
That's right.
You can't stop the ship if it's out to see if somebody want to commit suicide.
That's right.
You got to keep moving. I'm not jumping in after you.
Yeah.
Because if you was walking with Christ, you wouldn't commit suicide.
That's right.
Read up.
Romans chapter 7 verse 7. What shall we say then?
See what shall we say then, man? Read.
Is the law sin?
It say, is the law wicked? Read.
God forbid.
No, it's not. Read.
Nay, I had not known sin.
It say, I have not known sin. Read.
But by the law.
Some people don't, some of these people in these camps don't teach the law. They teach fairy tales.
Bring it out.
They teach prosperity.
That's right.
They teach man worshiping, man pleasing.
That's right. Right.
Tell you something, I get dirty just as anybody in here.
That's right.
I don't no shame in my game. I'm out there trying to make sure I might not enjoy none of this. But through the Spirit, the children will. The next generation will be working for. So some people don't care nothing about it. I'm going to tell you something. The only time you care about it is something happened in your house. That's when you want to be on that phone calling everybody. But when it comes to your own peoples, your own nation, you show your spirit, man. And your spirit is wicked. We heard this. We heard for the next generation. Let me tell you something, man. We're not gonna get rich here. We're not. We're too far behind.
That's right.
We too far behind. We got to be plotting and celebrate, building up that next generation, that next line of defense that's gonna come. But we too busy got sniffing our own self. Some of them go to the restroom and don't even have to spray potpourri. It smell good to them.
Bring it out. That's right. Bring it out.
Yeah, man. I ate good this week, didn't I?
Bring it out.
Read up.
For I had not known lust.
I have not known lust. Read.
Except the law had said.
Read on.
Thou shalt not covet.
See, a lot of people like to desire things, man. See, without the law, we nothing. We can't go out here and be half Israelites and out here dealing with the world, dealing with our people. And we want to think that what we're doing is proper. It's a judgment for these things, man. You got a lot of these guys, that's why they create camps, so they want to be seen.
Right.
They desire that platform, man. They desire to be seen by people. Let me tell you something, nobody gonna see your wicked ass spirit anyway, man.
Bring it out.
The people that sin you are the wicked spirits. Your spirit cannot be seen unless it's through Christ. Is your action through Christ? No. Read up.
But sin.
But what?
But sin.
But evil desires, read.
Taking occasion.
In their mind, read.
By the command.
By the order, read.
Wrought in me.
Wrought in me, read.
All manner of concupiscence.
All manner of lust. If you ain't got this law, man, you ain't trying to be like Christ.
Bring it out.
You're not gonna make it. See, some people just don't get it. You're not gonna wake up next year and say, I want to do it right now. You don't show the Most High and His Son that you got tendencies to lose it. If you're working at a job, wouldn't you want to be at that job 30 years instead of being here, there, everywhere? Don't you want to have some solid?
Yeah.
If you own land, don't you want to just own that land, what you build up? Or do you want to own land here, there, everywhere, and you got to do all the work all over again? Don't you want something solid in your life? People don't want that, man. They don't want Christ in their life. Read up.
For without the law.
So without the what?
Without the law.
Apart from the law, read.
Sin was dead.
It was what?
Sin was dead.
It was without life, man. Read.
For I was alive.
I was alive, read.
Without the law once.
Apart from the law once, read.
But when the commandment came,
when the order came, read.
sin revived.
Sin what?
Sin revived.
Sin reviled, read.
And I died.
And I died. And that reviled said was renewed, man. And when you understand that sin, you got to let it go, man. You have to let everything go and die. Let it go and it'll bring you back to life. Nobody wants that. Read up.
And the commandment.
And the mandate, read.
Which was ordained to life.
Which was ordained to life, read.
I found to be unto death.
I found it to be unto sin, read.
For sin.
For death, read.
Taking occasion.
In your mind, read.
By the commandment.
Read on.
Deceive.
Did what?
Deceive.
Read on.
And by it slew.
I'm going to tell you something, man. Some of y'all know these laws and still just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Some of you just don't want to keep these laws, man. Let me tell you something. You can't make it to the kingdom being a liar. You can't make it to the kingdom being a dopehead, one that smokes cigarettes on an occasion when you're stressed. Read up.
Wherefore the law is holy.
It say the law is separate. Read.
And the commandment holy.
Read.
And just.
What?
And just.
Read on.
And good.
All this is letting you know what the law is for us to survive, man.
Right.
It's holy. It's just and good. For some of us, we take not this truth. Matthew 5:48. We take not this truth real serious, man. And this is what these peoples are not getting fed in these camps, man. Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 5 verse 48.
Read on.
Be ye therefore perfect.
So how you gonna be perfect when you just a liar, or you're a deceiver, or you're a serpent?
Bring it out.
You come in and you getting counseling, you lying counseling, man. You just sicker than the peoples out there in the world.
Bring it out.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When we give counsel, we're gonna give about what you tell us. And when you reject that counsel, guess what? It's gonna come to you, man, and it's gonna hit you hard. I'm gonna tell you something. Everyone that have refused the counsel, man, I've seen them destroyed.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're not refusing us, they're refusing Christ.
Bring that out.
Read up.
Even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect.
Is what?
Is perfect.
He is perfect, man. Give me Sirach 34:8. He is perfect. You're supposed to be trying to strive. That's how you bring your mama in, you bring your daddy in. You can't bring them in, man, if you out doing what they do. You can't bring them in, man. And you just like them.
That's right.
So everything that you do in their eyes, they're going to hold it. I see you do it. Read that up.
Sirach chapter 34 verse 8.
Read that.
The law shall be found perfect.
That's how you be perfect, man. Read on.
Without lies.
Without what?
Without lies.
Without what?
Without lies.
Read on.
And wisdom.
What?
And wisdom.
Read on.
Is perfection.
Is what?
Is perfection.
Read on.
To a faithful mouth.
A what?
A faithful mouth.
Say a faithful mouth, man. A faithful mouth. 2 Chronicles, man, 8:16. 2 Chronicles 8:16. Second Chronicles 8:16. 2 Chronicles 8:16. 2 Chronicles 8:16. Read that up.
2 Chronicles chapter 8 verse 16.
Read on.
Now all the work of Solomon was prepared.
It was made ready. Read.
Unto the day of the foundation
of the establishment. Read.
Of the house of the Lord.
Read on.
And until it was finished.
It was completed. Read.
So the house of the Lord was perfect.
It was what?
Was perfect.
It was accomplished, man. And that house is representing you. You are that temple.
Without.
So are you prepared? Is your foundation established? Is it finished? Is it completed? No. They don't want it. Matthew 4:17. What I'm showing you is the way to Christ. It's not nothing personal, man. It's just what the Spirit, before I talked to a brother earlier this week, man. I said, man, I'm already It's just the spirit how Christ bring these classes to us. Read that up.
St. Matthew, chapter 4, verse 17. From that time, Yahawashi began to preach.
Read.
And to say,
Read.
repent.
It's a change, man. Change your ways, change your mind, change your attitude. Change.
Look out.
Read.
For the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
See, some of them didn't listen to it. Give me Luke 13:3. Some of them don't like to listen, man. Some of them, hey, it's not my fault, man. I'm going to keep doing what the scriptures say, do. Read this up.
St. Luke, chapter 13, verse 3. I tell you, nay, but except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish.
Hey, hold on. What did it say?
I tell you, nay.
I tell you, nay, no, read.
But except ye repent,
Except you repent, except you change, read.
ye shall all likewise perish.
They don't get it, man. They don't get it. Give me Romans 6:23, man. They don't get it. They don't get it. They keep playing with this truth like it's a volleyball game, man.
Yeah.
It's a job that you work at, man. Read that up.
Romans chapter 6, verse 23.
Read on.
For the wages of sin is death.
See, that's what you got a contract with, man. Read.
But the gift of God,
The grace of God, read.
is eternal life.
Read on.
Through Christ.
Through who?
Through Christ.
Through Yahawashi, man. Give me Matthew 12:31. See, the thing is, man, you try to bring out all this other information. You try to bring out the knowledge of what's going on in the world, how we have been deceived by our own people. Some sister was asking, did our own people sell us? Yes, they did, man. They treated us just like cattle, man. Right. When you're trying to bring out this information, man, you got the 2/3. Let me tell you something. If your peoples are not in this truth, they're the 2/3 to me. I don't have no problem with them dying, man. I'm going to just tell you this, man. I don't have no problem with seeing somebody. I watch it all the time. So why should I cry for your people when I'm seeing the madness going on out here, man? So why should I cry? Why should I shed tears for the people that don't want to come and get themselves together? Why should I cry when we on the bottom struggling, man? Where we can't even afford a doom bucket.
Yeah.
Why should I cry, man? When nobody's trying to come together, sacrifice themselves, man. They too busy. Want to do what they want to do. Let me tell you something. You can't make it as an individual in this world. You're not winning the lottery, man. So if you're thinking that's your way out, let me tell you something. I got an auntie, man. She been playing it almost 40 years, and I asked her, when are you going to retire?
Bring it out.
You still in the same house I knew when I was 6 years old. You haven't even moved nowhere. The house ain't changed. You got my daddy's stereo still in your living room that you took when he passed. So I'm just telling you, man, it ain't nothing. You can't do this by yourself. We have to do this as a nation.
Bring it out.
Read this up.
St. Matthew chapter 12, verse 31. Wherefore I say unto you.
Matthew 12:31. Okay, you good. My bad.
Wherefore I say unto you.
Read.
All manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men.
See, when you repent, all this stuff is going to be forgiven. Read.
But the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost,
The word, read.
shall not be forgiven unto men.
Read on.
And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man,
Even they don't talk against Christ, read.
it shall be forgiven him.
It's going to be forgiven, read.
But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost,
You got these pastors, you got some of these so-called elders out here, read.
it shall not be forgiven him.
Read on.
Neither in this world,
Neither in this world, read.
neither in the world to come.
Neither in the world to come, read.
Either make the tree good,
Either make the person good, read.
and his fruit good,
And his children or his seed good, read.
or else make the tree corrupt,
This is what you see what's going on with these camps. But read.
and his fruit corrupt.
You're going to make the peoples corrupt, man. This is one thing that you don't. This is why I'm noticing, man. Israel don't want to get right. They looking for something that'll fit their spirit. Oh, this camp over here can blow trees. Well, I'm going to go over here. We can smoke weed.
Bring it out.
This camp over here, you can have 2 wives. Why? How you gonna afford them when you ain't got a pot to piss in?
Bring it out.
Oh, we don't. Our Shabbat, it rotates every 30 days. If it stop on Tuesday and you got 2 days left, why is it not the next Tuesday? It starts that Wednesday. So you ain't even had 6 days to work.
Bring it out.
You got the dark moon out here. You got all kind of doctrines out here, and nobody in Israel want to come to the table. And once you say something about these fake elders, man, they want to drop videos. Let me tell you something. I drop Jews too, man.
That's right.
I drop great rap songs if you want to come with it.
Bring it out.
I'm gonna tell you, man, because what is going on is when you throw that rock into the pack of dogs, the one it hit, they bark.
That's right.
They get mad as hell. Read up.
For the tree is known by his fruit.
See, the tree gonna be known by his fruit, man. How the person is. Read.
O generation of vipers.
What did he say?
O generation of vipers.
Read on.
How can ye, being evil, speak good
They
things?
don't like to speak good things, man. Nobody like to speak good things. They love to push this corrupt language. Read.
For out of the abundance of the heart,
Out of the abundance of the mind, read.
the mouth speaketh.
The mouth speaketh, read.
A good man, out of the good treasure of the heart,
Out of his mind, read.
bringeth forth good
We
things.
trying to bring forth good things to this nation, man. We trying to set this nation up, man. Y'all look at y'all children. Y'all want to see them go through what you went through, man? Y'all want to see them go through. Let me tell you something, man. A child in these schools is a dangerous thing, yeah, man. Do you want to see your children go through what you went through? Some of you would say no, but then your action gonna be saying yes. Read.
And an evil man,
An evil man, read.
out of the evil treasure, bringeth forth evil
You
things.
got a lot of these camps, they bring forth evil things, man. Give me this first one, man. Israelite camps teaching blasphemy against the law. What's the first one up there? Graven images. Give me some graven images. I told you, get them right. That's one. That's a graven image. Put it back on there. Let's go back to the graven image. Just give me that first one. The one you just had. No, give me the other one. Now, what do you think that is, man? Why do you think Masons have this in their arsenal? It's just letting you know what it is. And the G represents the gayness. Give me another graven image. This is a graven image. This is an image of a man. And they know who this is, man. But let me show you how to have tune up the graven image. Give me the other one. There go the new one right there. All you got to do is put horns on his head, man. Why are they doing this? Give me that in Exodus 20:4, man. Why are they doing this? This is what I be trying to tell you. Be careful where you run to, man. They're getting mad, but let the scriptures talk. Read this up.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 4.
Read on.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Put it back up there. What are this, man? This is a graven image, man. This is how you deceive the people. The scripture said in the commandments, you shouldn't do this. But our people do it, don't they? Have it out there on the campsite, man. Read.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
So is Christ in heaven above? So why are they making something like Christ? But they do it, don't they? And you believe that these people are really doing Christ's work? These things he hates. Read.
Or that is in the earth beneath.
So they doing it right here in the earth beneath. Read.
Or that is in the water under the earth.
They say you shouldn't do these things, man. That's why we don't have that image up. We took that garbage down.
That's right.
You can't have this up in your school and say you worship, you following Christ.
Without.
It's madness.
And what that does is it plants a picture in your head. It plants an idol in your head. A lot of y'all remember when y'all was in Christianity, when you would get down and pray, you would see old Cedro Bojel.
Right?
Now when they do it, if they plant this image in your head, you see this black image of supposed to be Yahawashi. But who are you praising? Who are you worshiping? You're worshiping the image, the idol, and not the Lord. Go ahead.
That's right. And it'll tell you, man, how you thinking people coming to your school. Read verse 5. Exodus 25.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
So when you understand, when you dealing with these men, you're bowing yourself down to them. Read.
Nor serve them.
So you following them. Read.
For I, the Lord thy God,
Read on.
am a jealous God,
Read on.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
So that stuff that teaches. That's why you got divisions amongst that school, because they got this image, and there's more and more stuff going on in there. Because let me tell you something. You're not building a house on an establishment. You're building it on quicksand. It's eventually going to explode on them. Because guess what? You're building it on the right thing. And let me tell you something. Even though they might see this and see this class, they're not going to take that garbage down. But read Deuteronomy 7:25. Let's see what the scriptures say. But see, that's why them people go in there, they bugged out, they come out of there, they bugged out. Read that up. Deuteronomy 7:25.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 25.
Let's see if they'll do it. Read.
The graven images.
The graven images, read.
Of their gods.
Of their gods, read.
Shall ye burn with fire.
You should burn that garbage with fire, man. But see, nobody want to hear this. See, why are you thinking these people going into these camps and they coming out sicker, man? Read.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold.
They make it all gold. Read.
That is on them.
Read on.
Nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein.
It's going to be a snare. It's a trap to the people that go to the school. Read.
For it is an abomination.
See, that's an abomination. Put it back up. That's an abomination, man. That's an abomination. Read.
To the Lord thy God.
Read on.
Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
You can't bring it. What is your house? It goes right in your temple, in your mind.
That's right.
Read.
Lest thou be a cursed thing like it.
You're going to be cursed just like that cursed thing right there, man. Read.
But thou shalt utterly detest.
You shouldn't like that stuff. Why y'all making these images, man? Read.
And thou shalt utterly abhor it.
Read on.
For it is a cursed thing.
This is a cursed thing up here, man.
That's right.
But see, nobody want to take that to heed, man.
That's right.
Give me number 2 right quick. Teaching hate. See, that brings teaching hate and division against thy neighbor. See, that kind of images and that kind of crap, it brings in that hatred, that envy, that hatred amongst your brothers. And give me Matthew 22 and 37. It brings in that hatred that we have. We got to pull that garbage down, man. We can't be having images up like that. They say do not do it. But do our people care? No. My elder said it was okay. Okay. You and your elder going to have to get your neck snapped.
That's right.
Teaching hate, divisions against our neighbor. Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 22 verse 37.
Read on.
Yahawashi said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
With all thy mind. Read.
And with all thy soul.
Read on.
And with all thy mind.
With all thy mind. Read.
This is the first and great commandment.
This is the first and great commandment. Read.
And the second.
And the second is, read.
Is like unto it.
It's like unto the first one. Read.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Do you see this amongst Israel, man? Do you see this amongst Israel? No, you don't see them loving each other, man. Esau sitting back. Let me tell you something. Some of them be out in the street corner teaching straight garbage. It's like they say they've been in the truth so long, and you wonder why the Spirit haven't elevated them in the knowledge. Read up.
On these 2 commandments.
On these 2 commandments, read.
Hang all the law and the prophet.
Hang all the word and the prophecy, what the prophets wrote. Hang all the laws. All of them go with these 2, man. You can't, if you're not keeping these 2, you might well throw the rest away. And the word away. Give me 1 John 4 and 20. You can't be in this truth, man, and acting as a hypocrite. You can't be in this truth. You can't be in the truth and hating. What they call them out in the world, haters. Read this up.
1 John chapter 4 verse 20.
Read on.
If a man say, I love God,
If you confess that you love God, read.
and hateth his brother,
And what?
and hateth his brother,
Read.
he is a liar.
How is these camps causing so much division when they got hatred? How is they following Christ? See, the scriptures clarify for you, man. They don't want to hear this, man. These are the scriptures they don't bring out. Hey, don't speak to your brothers. Don't do nothing. Man, let me tell you something. If we was on there working as one, we'd be further along in this truth.
That's right.
We'd have schools in every city for our children to go to school.
Bring that out.
We'd have daycares in every city for our children to go to the daycare.
Right.
We would have hospitals and clinics for our own children, man. We would have all our own grocery stores in these cities, man. Because of the hatred and the division, they're not trying to, it's the elders trying to get rich. That's why they're trying to get houses. That's why they're getting paid. Did Christ get paid anything?
Bring it out.
Did we drop any seat note in there for Christ that week?
Bring it out.
See? That's not the spirit. This is why I'm bringing this class today. Read on, Art.
For he that loveth not his brother,
Read on.
whom he hath seen,
They see us, don't they? Read.
how can he love God,
How can he love God? Read.
whom he hath not seen?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's some hypocrites with fringes. Read.
And this commandment
Read on.
have we from him,
For we from him, read.
that he who loveth God
Read.
love his brother also.
See, you got to understand, man. You can't have it one way. This ain't Burger King. Take them fake crowns off y'all heads, man.
That's right. Right now.
Give me Nehemiah, man. 9 and 2. Take them crowns off their head, man. That's why they hate so much, man. You find out the northern kingdom was killing each other over this mess, man.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Read that up.
Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 2.
Read on.
And the seed of Israel
The seed of Israel, read.
separated themselves from all strangers,
Read on.
and stood and confessed their sins
Read on.
and the iniquities of their
See
fathers.
why we ain't doing this, man. You got some of these people, man, they still hanging out with the other nation.
Bring it out.
They don't want to separate themselves, man. How is we going to be calling ourselves Israel and we only got 100, 2,000 over here and we just got sections? But it's like the water ain't came together. It's going to dry up.
That's right.
It's going to dry up, man.
Right.
And that's something y'all don't even know what's going on. Why you got so many people moving here to Texas? The water's drying up around here, man.
Bring it out.
They got restrictions on water, man, where they finding people that they were using excess water. They got numbers to call in because the water is low in California, up in Utah. They don't have water to even water the big farms, man.
Bring it out.
What are y'all thinking this is? Who is it going to affect? It's going to affect you first.
Right.
Because when you go through our neighborhoods and our communities, they don't have no gardens in their backyard, just a bunch of weeds and some broke down cars.
That's right.
2 Corinthians 6 and 14. This is what goes on, man. We're not coming together. We don't even call each other, hey, man, there's something going on. Share something. Information. We don't do none of that. Just like all these other nations, you see the Japanese and the Chinese, they sharing information. You see the Africans, the Nigerians, the Ethiopians, the Ukambuka tribe, they sharing information. We the only somebody that hate each other so much that we can't share information. You know why? Because it exposed the elder. Because if he can't come to the table, let somebody else come into school to the table. So they don't want to come to the table, man. They love this division, man. They love destroying the sheep. They'll tell you, you got elders say if you don't speak to them, you can't even speak to Christ.
Bring it out.
So I guess you got to pray to him first before you pray to Christ.
Bring it
Bring
out.
it out.
This is straight madness going on in Israel, man. Straight madness. Vanity, vanity, vanity.
That's right.
Read up.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
So we understand they unbelievers, man. They don't believe in the power of Christ. Read.
For what fellowship hath righteousness
Read on.
with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
And you got a lot of them, man. I keep telling y'all, man. Don't be fooled, man. Read your Bible.
Right.
I keep telling y'all. I'm always challenging y'all to read. What y'all hate to do is read. If it was saying that there was a trap measure to $1 million, boy, I bet be some people calling me then. Hey, such and such, man. I think I got it, man. It's over here. Read,
And what concord
what agreement? Read.
hath Christ with Belial?
What he had with the devil, with the deceiver? Read.
Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel?
Unbelievers, read.
And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
What you got idols out here, man? They've been wearing that Jewish star for so long, man, that they thinking that's just a replica of the power. That's just the compass. Put it up there. That's all it is right there, man. You can tell by these camps that they're not following Christ. By their actions. Read.
For ye are the temple of the living God.
We are the temple. Read.
As God hath said, I will dwell in them.
He said, I'm going to deal with these 12 1/3, man. He's not going to deal with all of them, man. Christ came here and they mocked him, spit on him, beat him, put their hands on him. Read.
And walk in them.
Walk in these laws. Read.
And I will be their God.
I will be their God. Read.
And they shall be my people.
And they shall be mine peoples. Read.
Wherefore, come out from among them.
And let me tell you something. Some of you still like to go around them, man. Let me tell you something. The Bible tells you not to help a sinner, but you know what our people do? Mm-hmm. They don't care. They just go ahead and they might well take the needles or whatever they're taking over there to help them out. See, because they just as guilty as them, man. I'm going to tell you something. Keep playing, man. I keep telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, living righteous is hard.
Bring it out.
Because you got so much evilness around you. If you got one of your sisters in here and you know she on meth, why drop her that 10 off?
Bring it out.
Drop her some food off or something.
That's right. Bring it out.
You know what she gonna do with that money. Yes, y'all see them people out there on the streets on them. God bless you. Anything help. You get 0.
That's right.
You get a daily 0 for me, man. I can't be at you Godspeed. Read up.
And be ye separate, saith the Lord.
Read on.
And touch not the unclean thing.
Don't touch the unclean things. Read.
And I will receive you.
See, a lot of people says it's giving you warning. It's giving you warning. Read.
And will be a father unto you.
See, a lot of them, that's the thing. Because they're looking for Joel Osteen or somebody, man. He don't even mingle with his congregation. He don't even speak to them. They only come there on Sunday. They drop it like it's hot.
Bring it out.
That's the only time and he don't even have no association with them. Just like T.D. Jakes. Just like some of these men in these camps. They are too important. They schedule. They got radio shows. They got television interviews. They got a jet that they got to be in Uganda somewhere, man. Then they'll be up in Great Britain on Tuesday. This is how they think, man. Read.
And ye shall be my sons and daughters.
Give me Zephaniah 2:1. See, I just want you to know what the scripture says, not what I say.
Yeah.
That's what the scriptures say. Read that.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1.
Read on.
Gather yourselves together.
It's only talking about the 1/3, the elect, man. Read.
Yea, gather together.
Read on.
O nation not desired.
We're not desired amongst the 2/3, man, amongst our own people, man.
That's right.
We're not desired. That's why they come in, man, they float out. Because they still want to live a sinful life. And be out there with that mic, man. That mic should burn their hand off. If I had the power, they'd just give me some powers. Every time I see a video, he been on top last week, his hand will still get hot this week. Read up.
Before the decree bring forth.
Before the destruction, man. You seen what's going on, man. It's here. You seen, a lot of you don't know the violence, man. They having drive-bys in the middle of the daytime. And domestic violence, man. I'm telling you something. Leave these people so long out there in that world, man. They coming up, shooting up. They're not just killing the woman. They killing the children too. And you can be over there chilling. They gonna kill you. I'm telling you what's going on, man. And let me tell you something. This homosexuality thing, man. These lesbians, they killing each other too.
That's right.
You got two of them in there on their cycle in the same wig, ain't nothing but a round up in there. Just telling you the truth, man. They killing each other too. You seeing the children's killing each other. Where is Black Lives Matter now? Where is Sinner Lives Matter? See why they say Black Lives, just Sinner Lives Matter. That's what it's all about. Read up.
Before the day pass, as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
You got to understand, man, stay away from all these things, man. Go take care of your business and go home. Lock your door, clock your Glock. Clock your Glock. I'm telling you. It's bad out there, man. They jacking people's in cars. They running up, spraying you full of mace. Don't be going up there putting $10 in your car. Go fill your car up somewhere, man, and go home. You be driving out there minding your business. Ain't that right, sis? Somebody cut us off, don't they? We had to let them have it, don't we, sis? Read on.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
See, and a lot of people, we think because we got these fringes on, he ain't going to bother. You got a lot of brothers sick, a lot of sisters sick. A lot of them sick within. Give me Psalms 107:1. You got a lot of them sick, man, and they don't know that they sick. They don't know that death can be calling them at any time. I just want y'all to understand. Read this up.
Psalm 107 verse 1.
Read.
Oh, give thanks unto the Lord.
Why are we not doing this as a nation, man, as a unit? How can you have unit camps, man? I heard them talk about this. When you won't even rebuke your money. It's all about a money. It's all about a money scheme, man. It's all about getting money from your brothers. That's all it is about, man. If we had a unit camp, we're not selling nothing, man. We coming together, sit down at that table and try to get some things ironed out, get some correction, man. We trying to get some bill first. We can't be hustling each other. That's all it's about, man. It's not about Christ. And how can you not? You got brothers walking around here teaching with baseball caps on, looking like the fake thugs in the neighborhoods. With their telephones, man. How are you out there teaching the word? You got a phone out. You don't know where the precept is, so you're going to type in what you're looking for. Read on, man.
For he is good.
He is great, man. Read.
For his mercy endureth forever.
See, this is the God that I'm going to worship, man. This is the God that I'm going to follow. Read.
Let the redeemed of the Lord say so.
Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Deliver us from the bondage. A lot of us are bondage. We trapped in the mind.
That's right.
Read.
Whom he hath redeemed.
Who has he have delivered the 1/3? Read.
From the hand of the enemy.
You got our own people's enemies, man. You got our own people wearing fringes enemies. Read.
And gather them out of the land.
Gather us out of the land. Read.
From the east.
Read on.
And from the west.
Read.
From the north.
Read on.
And from the south.
Why is it saying that, man? Because that represents a circle, don't it? A lot of you don't know that, but I'll give it to you today. Now we finna deal with this next letter, man. Let's go to this next, number 3. Buying and cooking on the Shabbat day, man. Buying and cooking. Give me Nehemiah 10:31. You got them out there, man. They don't see nothing wrong with it, man. And they call themselves holy and didn't doubt. But they'll tell you that these scriptures don't mean that. We in some kind of other zone now, whatever they want to say. Read that out.
Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31.
Read on.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
Let's talk about our own peoples too. Read.
On the Sabbath day.
Read.
To sell.
Read on.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
Read on.
Or on the holy day.
Even on the holy day. Read.
And that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every day.
We're going to understand this, but give me Exodus 35:3. I'm going to give you the true meaning to this precept. Read that out. Exodus 35:3.
Exodus chapter 35 verse 3.
Read.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
So why is it saying ye shall not kindle a fire? What do you normally do with a fire? Are you just setting one in the summertime? You just got a fire out there. You normally gonna cook, ain't you? I smell a fire now. The candle must have went out. But give me Numbers 15:32. So if you having a barbecue on the Shabbat day, or you in the kitchen preparing a meal on the Shabbat day, what do you have to do? Read this out. See, but you got to go back into it until their time. See, we thinking on this time, what are the things that Esau got that y'all slips y'all mind that y'all thinking y'all can get away on the Sabbath day? That microwave, man.
Bring it up.
It's another device that gets you though. What about that coffee maker?
Bring it up.
That good old hot coffee, huh? We shouldn't have nothing hot that day. And I'm going to show you why. What else do we do that when you first come in the truth that kitchen? Turn that stove on. Read this out.
Numbers chapter 15 verse 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
What is he doing there? What is he trying to do? What would you be gathering sticks to do? Would you be gathering them to, if you gather them, what you going to do? Build a shed or something? Build a carport or something? Read.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him inward.
They put him in a room where they guarded him. Read.
Because it was not declared what should be done to him.
It wasn't understood, but read.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
Read on.
The man shall be surely put to death.
Read on.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Without the camp, outside the camp. So why would they stone this man for picking up sticks? He was actually working. But give me Numbers 16:23. Read this.
Numbers chapter 16 verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you.
Give me Exodus, man. Let me see if that's what I want. 16 and 23. If not, I'm going to come back to it. Yes, Exodus. Exodus 16 and 23.
Exodus chapter 16 verse 23. And he said unto them,
He said unto the nation, read.
This is that which the Lord hath said.
Read on.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord.
It's the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Read.
Bake that which ye will bake today.
He said, what did he say, dude?
Bake that which ye will bake today.
On the preparation day, read.
And see it that you will see it.
And boil whatever you're going to boil, read.
And that which remaineth over,
read on.
Lay up for you to be kept unto the morning.
So it's letting you know that whatever you're going to prepare, you need to do it the day before, man. So when you got food to cook or something, you want to do it, you do it the day before. Don't be trying to make excuses of why you can have barbecues on the seventh day. Some camps do this. Some camps spend money on the Shabbat. I'm confused when it confuses you. If you go to school and you understand to keep the 7th day holy, and they're not keeping it holy, they're not keeping the law. They're not keeping the commandments. Let's go to number 4. What's number 4?
Multiple wives.
Multiple wives, man. Let me ask you this. At any time, in any captivity, did anybody have 2 wives? And let me ask you this. Any scriptures, did any of the Levites ever have 2 wives? See, it's just, this is what's going on in Israel, man. Peoples are not following the word. They're not. Give me Exodus 21 and 10. Because a lot of these sisters, they get involved because they don't know the scriptures. They just be gullible, man, being hurt by a man. And when they really realize what's going on, they've been bamboozled, man. We're in captivity. You already got men with 2 and 3 wives. You already got men with crowns on their head. These are preeminent spirits, man. We right now, why we not trying to, if you ask any of these men, like I tell you, you give them 5 acres, they'll sell it. They rather let them go to Walmart. Read this right quick, God.
Exodus chapter 21 verse 10. If he take him another wife,
read,
her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage, shall he not diminish.
So are these men really taking care of her food and her clothing? Are they really taking care of these women? Why? But what scriptures are they justifying not doing it? Their action is not Christ-like. Read.
And if he do not these three unto her,
If he don't do these three things unto her, read.
then shall she go out free without money.
So she can lead these Negroes, man. They supposed to be taking care of the women's. You know why they don't do it? Give me Genesis 33:1. See, the problem is, man, let's see if they on this status, man. Read that up.
Genesis chapter 33 verse 1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came,
Read on.
and with him 400
He
men.
had 400 men with him. Read.
And he divided the children unto Leah,
He divided his children unto Leah. Read.
and unto Rachel,
Read on.
and unto the two handmaids,
Hold up. Did he have some what?
and unto the two handmaids.
Do they got handmaids? Can you have handmaids living in a 2-bedroom apartment?
Get out.
Where they gonna see? Where their quarters at? You know that man's supposed to have these things. If he got 2 wives, he's supposed to at least have these things. Read.
And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground.
That's necessary. Now go to Genesis 32:7.
Get out.
Let's see what Jacob had. Let's see. Was Jacob a broke man, not working, not having no income, not doing nothing for the nation, all about himself, collecting all the money from the pulpit, putting it in his pocket?
Bring it out.
Let's see if Jacob was that kind of man. Read that out.
Genesis chapter 32 verse 7. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed,
He was seeing his brother. Read.
and he divided the people
He divided the people's. Read.
that was with him,
That with him. Read.
and the flock,
Hold up. He had what?
the flocks.
Hold up. Do these guys got any flocks?
Bring it out.
So what if they shut down Walmart? Do they got a garden? Read.
And herds,
And herbs. Read.
and the camels into 2 bands.
He divided them into 2 separate groups. Why is these guys out here they can't even get an apartment in their name, but they want 2 wives? It's madness. It's crazy. It's crazy. Give me 1 Corinthians 7:2. Let's see what the scriptures say. We in captivity right here, man. These guys thinking they living like kings. Oh, they got crowns on their head already. Some of them are. They fiends, but not kings. Read this up.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 2.
Read on.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication,
To avoid fornication, man, and sexual sin. Read.
let every man
Read.
have his own wife.
His what?
His own wife.
I say why?
His own wife.
His what?
His own wife.
Read.
And let every woman have her own husband.
So Paul giving us the order. So what order are they following?
Bring it
Get
out.
out.
So they're not following the order of Christ, man. See, that's why you know. Give me Ephesians 5:31. See, this is the problem right here, man. This is why you got some of these guys, they coming into the truth just to get 2 wives.
That's right.
They saying, man, what is this, man? We could have 2 wives. I couldn't even have 2 women out on the streets. You know, some of them got them 5 wives. You know, some of y'all don't know about them 5 wives. You know, let me see, let me count their wives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read that up.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 31.
Read on.
For this cause shall a man leave his father
Leave his father, read.
and mother,
And mother, read.
and shall be joined unto his wife,
And join unto his wife, read.
and they two shall be one flesh.
You can't have 1 flesh in the house when you got 3 fleshes in the house, man.
Bring it out.
Jump down to 33.
Verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife.
Love is what?
Love his wife,
Read.
even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence her husband.
That she respect her husband. Why did they not bring any scriptures out? We understood that they had these things. You got some of these camps that they paying prostitutes now, man. They got prostitutes as concubines.
Get out.
It's gonna be revealed, man. So they mad at me, but they ain't mad at me. They mad at what you do.
That's right.
You got some of them that's okay. They tell them it's okay to go pay for them a prostitute. I'm seeing these things. I'm hearing these things. That's why you catch them where they at. Give me Titus 1 and 6. They're not about Christ's business, man. They're about their personal business. I don't want 2 wives, man. Yes, you know. I'd be too busy for 2 wives. They'd have to have 2 of me. Read.
Titus chapter 1 verse 6. If any be blameless,
If you be blameless, read.
the husband of one wife,
The husband of one wife, read.
having faithful children,
And it's going into the church too, and having faithful followers, read.
not accused
Not accused, read.
of right or unruly,
Unruly, man, unthoughtful, wicked ways. Let's go to number 5, man. I just want to give y'all some precepts. Number 5. What did it say? Tithes and alms. You got a lot of these guys still trying to make people pay 10%. I thought it was with your crops. Let's get it. Deuteronomy 14:22. Let's get it, man. What 10% was. See, because some of them are using Christianity tactics. Some of them are benefiting. Let me tell you something. If you're an elder in this truth, you shouldn't be taking a dime from your congregation. You shouldn't be paying. You shouldn't be getting paid by the men that come in there to find Christ. That lets you know they're coming in there to be abused by these elders, man. Read this out.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 22.
Read on.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed,
Read on.
that the field bringeth forth year by year.
We understand our people ain't got land, man. How they gonna tithe you 10% if y'all the high priest? What's they giving Paul money? Did Paul get paid?
Bring it out.
What's Peter on the payroll?
Bring it out.
I'm just kidding. With James getting any loot? Did Titus pick up any bread? Did Timothy collect some funds? See? That's what people don't get, man. Read up.
And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy corn,
Read on.
of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds, and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always.
That's why it said in there, man, will a man rob God? Because this was for the priest, the high priest. They got paid with food. And the lamb, they didn't. What would they need money for? Money corrupts you, man.
That's right.
I would care if we had no money system. I'm good where I am, man. Give me Toby, man. 12 and 8. Let's see what the scriptures say we should be doing, man. Not well, let me tell you something. A lot of these people, they don't read their Bible, so yeah, of course they're gonna be victims in these schools. Read that up.
Tobit, chapter 12, verse 8.
Read on.
Prayer is good with fasting.
Prayer is good with fasting. See, some of people, we don't fast, read.
And alms.
And what?
And alms.
No, it say tithes, and they say alms. You know, the thing is, you shouldn't have to give a person $100 for him to teach you. That's working for profit.
That's right.
Right.
That's been a prosperity preacher.
That's right.
Right.
What are you thinking they working for? They working for that ting off to the bank. We shall go.
Bring it out.
Read.
And righteousness.
Righteousness, man. Read.
A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness.
Read on.
It is better to give alms than to lay up gold.
See, a lot of people they thinking, hey, their wheels ain't gonna fall off. They thinking that their house ain't gonna fall. They thinking that they're not gonna have no problems, man. It's better to help. Whatever we do, we helping the nation. Right now, like I tell you, we've been close on this other land. But see, this is for y'all. The thing is, when I told people, go get your trailers, now they telling me now, trailers, it's almost a year and a whole wait for you to get a trailer. So you have to get out here and hustle and find one now. And I'm telling you, when they were selling them for $2,000 and $3,000, now they selling them for $10,000, $13,000. They don't jack the prices up because everything is jacked up. Inflation. Read up.
For alms doth deliver from death.
See, alms, it helps, man. Read.
And shall purge away all sin.
See, when you understand you walking, trying to walk right in Christ, everything help. Read.
Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life.
Read on.
But they that sin are enemies to their own life.
They enemies to their own body, man. They might well put that gun to their head and walk out the door, man. And have that gun to their head. Because some of y'all do it. Put that pistol to your head and play Russian roulette. Give me Acts 4 and 34. They do it, man. But these guys out here, man, they out here robbing the people, man. They like these prosperity preachers, man. Read this out.
Acts chapter 4 verse 34.
Let's see what this say right here, man. Read.
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Hold up. How you going to be buying elders' houses and you got people sitting there that don't even got a car to get to work, man? They catching buses. They in there, man, don't even have bus fare. You won't even come together and try to get them a bus ticket. You don't want to do nothing, man, to help. So you want to put this elder on a pedestal, man. Let me tell you something. I choose that y'all do nothing for me. Because I'd rather give it to the body. That's where you should be. But let's see, read.
For as many as were possessors of land,
Read on.
or houses, sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold,
Whatever you doing, whatever work you do, read.
and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
And gave them to the apostles, read.
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Why don't we practice these things?
Bring it out, bro.
Why don't we practice these things in this truth? Why is it that people are getting paid in this truth, man? I never heard about one elder getting paid. Christ didn't get no ching ching.
Bring it out.
Peter, Paul, none of the disciples was getting paid.
That's right.
So why are these men getting paid today? They in Christianity. Give me Matthew 6:1. They in Christianity. Because you haven't came to the truth, you still living a lie. But then they gonna get mad, try to go pull something to make themselves seem righteous. Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 6 verse 1.
Read.
Take heed that ye do not your alms before men.
See, a lot of them like to be seen. You ever see the man in the church where he dancing and doing the potluck and all that stuff? Read.
To be seen of men.
Read on.
Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
Give me Acts 10:1. Let me see about Cornelius. Let's see what's he doing, man. Let's see if Cornelius had that N-I-G-G-E-R spirit on him, man. Read this up.
Acts chapter 10 verse 1.
Read.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius,
Read on.
a centurion of the band called the Italian band,
Read on.
a devout man,
He was a devout, God-fearing man. Read.
and one that feared God
He feared God. Read.
with all his house,
In all his house, his nation. Read.
which gave much alms
Gave much alms. Read.
to the people,
Hold up. He gave it to the elders.
to the people,
He gave it to the leaders.
to the people,
Read.
and prayed to God always.
So you got to understand, these people are not reading their Bibles, man.
That's right.
That's why they easily get caught in that trap in these schools, man. That's why. And they don't want this stuff coming out, man. They're going to come out with fury of fire now, man. Because guess what? You interrupt their pocket.
That's right.
It's because they fleecing the nation.
Bring it out.
They taking advantage of this, man. Boy, give me my next one, man. False witness. False witness in this truth. Give me Exodus, man. 20 and 16. So you got a lot of them, man. When they talking, man, they just talking. Ain't nothing coming out their mouth but hot air. Some of them need a tic tac when they talking to you. Cause it gets on my nerve, man. It gets on my nerve. Read that up.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 16.
Let's see if these brothers are following this guy. Read.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
See, when you bearing false witness, you're not coming with the scriptures, man. You're not coming with the truth. You got to come with the truth. If you see something, you're supposed to come with this word. And you showing them by this word how they should know. This is what keep them from getting caught up, man. Believing in men that's taken from them. You got peoples in here, man. You got peoples in these congregations that don't have food in their house. We got a food pantry, man. We out there trying to work that land, man. One thing I'm going to do, man, I'm going to go out there and make sure. I want y'all to get that medicine, man. Some of y'all sick. Some of you don't know we sick inside. What coming out that ground is what's in you. And what you need is that medicine that come out that ground.
Well,
And that's why I do and I go. I make sure I sacrifice. This is how you can understand how Christ is blessing You know, he's blessed you by your action. He knows the importance of what you need in these bodies. You need that herb out there to cure all. Food is energy. You can eat that garbage all day. That's why you see people get big. But if they eat that energy food, they don't get up and do something. See, when you're smoking that weed, you want a ding-dong, don't you? So you smoke that weed, you don't want a celery stick? I want that celery stick. That carrot. We're going to get out there, man, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going out there soon. I'm going to make sure. I know what's coming, man. I know that you finna start spending at least almost $400 a month just if you're trying to eat healthy. Just for that, not just for the other stuff. This is why I try to challenge people to grow at home. Boy, can't eat that stuff, man. I'm gonna go by a beer house and steal some fresh lettuce tonight, man. I can eat it right off the screen. They're gonna think I'm that squirrel out there. Proverbs 6:12, man. I'm telling you what it does for you, man, because I feel more energized by eating that food out there. I don't feel energized eating that stuff in the store. You be sluggish. That's why these children don't want to do nothing. They eating the wrong. They eat doo-doo. Read up.
Proverbs chapter 6 verse 12.
Read on.
A naughty person.
Hey, what?
A naughty person.
This is saying a corrupt person. We have him in the body. We have him gone out the body. Read.
A wicked man.
A wicked man. Read.
Walketh.
He walketh in darkness. Read.
With a froward mouth.
He got a what?
Froward mouth.
He ain't got no faith in the power, man. Read.
He winketh with his eyes.
He always trying to cause some, he trying to let you know something, man. He trying to, whatever wickedness he trying to do. Read.
He speaketh with his feet.
He always quick to run to mischief. Read.
He teacheth with his fingers.
He always got wicked counsel, man. Read.
Forwardness.
No faith at all. Read.
Is in his heart.
It's in his mind. Read.
He deviseth mischief continually.
He always trying to tell somebody about somebody else when his breath stank, man. When he need a tic-tac to get his life right. And that's the tic-tac to talk about this word, man. Need to stop all that talking about other people, man. Are you not happy at home? Are you not happy at home to be talking about somebody else, man? Is you that unhappy to always got somebody else in your mouth? Let me tell you what they won't do. They got you in their mouth. They ain't going to pay your rent, are they? They ain't going to send you that car no money, is they? They're not going to fill your tank full of gas that week, are they? So why they got you in the mouth all the time? They need the hand.
That's right.
That's all they be needing is the good hand, man. Get me out your mouth. See, that's all they need. Read up.
He soweth discord.
He always sowing discords, man. Always got a disagreement with something, man. Read.
Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly.
Oh, having a heart attack tomorrow. Whatever what Fred used to tell Esther or whoever. Elizabeth, man, I'm having a heart attack. I'm telling you, man. Read.
Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy.
He ain't gonna have a place to lay his head at, man. Cause he too busy having you in his mouth. Pay your own bills. Talk about the people that's causing you to pay your bills. He ain't got nothing to say about the rent, man. Bob do it. Bob slapping him every first of the month. Pow, give me my money. Oh, sorry, Bob. Here you go. Here come the electric man right behind. Pow, give me my money. Ain't got nothing to say about them, are they? And are we doing that to them? Are we the ones putting our hands on them? Are we the ones coming in there talking about we need our car no money? Are we the ones sending a repo man in your house to take the car back? See, that lets you know that person ain't wrapped too tight here. Read up.
These 6 things doth the Lord hate.
He say, I hate these things, man. If he hate them, why are you doing them? Read.
Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him.
An abomination. Read.
A proud look.
You know how they get when they got their garment and stuff on or their clothing on. They all in the pictures, man. They want to take Facebook pictures and put them all on Facebook so you can see. But at home, miserable than hell, man.
Mm-hmm.
Life hell. That's why that image thing is so important. Read.
A lying tongue.
A lot of them got that lying tongue, don't it, man? Let's get there, man. Matthew 12:36. Let me show you something, man. Because I know they don't be knowing. But they claim they read their Bible. Some of them claim that they be praying to Christ. Read this up.
St. Matthew chapter 12, verse 36.
Read on.
But I say unto you,
I say unto you, read.
that every idle word,
Every lying word, read.
that men shall speak,
Read.
they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Read on.
For by thy words,
For by thy words, read.
thou shalt be justified.
Read on.
And by thy words, thou shalt be condemned.
So when I tell you they talking, they condemning themselves, see, because they always got somebody else in their mouth. That's the sad part, man. Back to Proverbs, man. 6 and 17.
Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 17.
Read.
A proud look, a lying tongue,
Read.
and hands that shed innocent blood.
They love to shed that innocent blood, man. They hate their people, man. And when you shed innocent blood, it's the children of the Israel, man. It's the elect. Read.
And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations.
See, they mind, all they think about is how to divide people, to control them for themselves. Read.
Feet that be swift and running to mischief.
You see our peoples, you see something going on in Israel, they're gonna all know about the video. I'm telling you the truth. Read.
A false witness
See, a false witness, man. Read.
that speaketh lies.
They like to speak lies, man. Read.
And he that soweth discord among brethren.
Among brothers, man. Let's go. This is next one. I'm not gonna bring all these out. Give me the teaching with their head covered, man. Teaching with their head covered, man. Why do they do these things, man? Why are they out there, man? And they'll say that the Levites did it, man. Give me that, man. Let me show you what the Levites had. I didn't send you that picture, man. The Levites had, some brothers have it right. It's just a little metal piece right here with a string that tied in the back. If you got a scarf on your head and the hole this big in the top of it, your head is covered. Your head is covered, man. So the woman, you got my this is for the woman. So all the woman needs to do is come in with this, her head covered. This is what they want you to believe, man. I'm just flabbergasted. Let's go to the next one, number 8. I'll give you the precept. Zigzags and the Jewish star. This here is something. Give me Proverbs 3 and 31. Let's see what it say. Why do they do that? Did they create that on their own? Did they read in the Bible that David had a shield?
Bring it out.
And if they did, what scripture is it? Don't be coming to me talking about a pomegranate, man. These cats are bugged out, man. Read this.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31.
Read.
Envy thou not thy oppressor.
For they jealousy of they got sins of they sins of jealousy of their oppressor, man. They want to be like their oppressor, man. Who walking around with that Jewish stone? What? Read.
And choose none of his ways.
They follow some of the ways of the fake Jews. But they always pulling this on the sister out there with the blonde hair. Sister should tell them, take that fake star off. Read, let's sit on that. Let's sit on that. Let me try to get a couple in here right quick. Let's get the zigzag. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 12. I'm just gonna deal with that one. See, some of them will tell you, and they put the zigzags on, the Jewish star on, and they out there hollering Shabbat Shalom or Waka Daka Wuka Waka. Sounding like some maniacs, man. Read that,
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 12.
Read on.
Thou shalt make thee fringes.
Hold up. Did it say anywhere say zigzags? How do you put a border of blue on some zigzags? You got men walking around here I've been to work for 25 years and they got zigzags on. Read.
Upon the four quarters.
Did it say corners?
Quarters.
What did it say?
Quarters.
I don't think they get it, man. They said 4 corners. They said put them on the corners of your garment, man. The 4 corners. Read.
Of thy vesture.
Your clothing, your garment. Read.
Wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Wherewith thou coverest thyself. So let's dig into. Give me 1 Chronicles 9 and 24. 1 Chronicles 9 and 24. I just want to dig into it a little bit. First Chronicles 9 and 24. We coming to an end, y'all. I'm tap dancing through them. Read that out.
First Chronicles, chapter 9, verse 24. In 4 quarters.
And what?
In 4 quarters.
What did it say?
In 4 quarters.
Read.
Were the porters.
Read on.
Toward the east.
What?
Toward the east.
Read.
West.
Read.
North.
Read.
And south.
So I guess the world like this, huh?
Read out.
Huh? Is it like this? Is it like this? Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 40 and 21. Isaiah 40 and 21, man. See, I know they love to run the stuff, man. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 21.
Read on.
Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Hath it not been told you from the beginning?
Read on.
Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth?
They don't understand nothing, man, but what they want to do. Read.
It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
So I guess it's a square. So at the 4 corners, 4 squares. It's in a circle.
Bring it up.
Read.
And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
As what?
As grasshoppers.
Read on.
That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
That tent to dwell in, man. Matter of fact, give me Numbers 15:38.
Bring it out.
That's a precept for it right there. They got these guys still walking around here, and we haven't shut it down, man. We allow our brothers buy Zeeks. We got some Zeeks. Looking like a Jewish man. Envying thy oppressor, man. They envying thy oppressor. Who they follow in the dark moon? They envying thy oppressor, ain't they? Who holidays they following? They envying thy oppressor. They still following them. Read that up.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Read on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
How you going to remember the commandments of the Lord? You're looking at some Zeeks. So what if you lose one of your Zeeks? You got a spare flag, you got a spare Zeke. Don't make sense, do it? It don't make sense, do it? And you got that. Matter of fact, give me Acts 7 and 41. I'm going to salute y'all out there in North Carolina, man. I know y'all got business. I'm in here doing my thing, man. Y'all brothers, y'all have a blessed day out that way, man. Atlanta, Little Rock. I'm in here having a little fun, man. Read that out.
Acts chapter 7, verse 41.
Read on.
And they made a calf.
And why do you think they always doing these stuff that they do? This is in contempt of Christ. Read.
In those days.
Read on.
And offered sacrifice unto the idol.
This is the image of sin. This is what they got idols. These are the image of sin. Read.
And rejoiced in the works of their own hands.
They rejoiced in the work. They give you them images. Bring some of them images up. They give you all these images. They rejoiced in this stuff, man. They rejoiced in it. Give me more images. They rejoice in this stuff, man. How you gonna have your elder as Christ, man? And they rejoice. Look at here. I'm gonna get into this another class. I don't want to bring this up. I'm gonna show you what you see. What they say. Bring it back up again. What did it say right there? Masons, right? That say what it say. Masons. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it out to you in another class. But let's go to verse 42.
Then God turned.
And God turned from being a father to them. See, this is what happens when you dealing with these camps that God is not dealing with. Read.
And gave them up to worship.
And delivered them into the hand of the enemy. Read.
The host of heaven.
The host of heavens. Read.
As it is written in the book of the prophets.
It was written in the book of the prophets, man. Read.
O ye house of Israel.
O ye house of Israel. Read.
Have ye offered to me slain beasts.
It's talking about the people, the congregation. Read.
And sacrifice.
A sacrifice. Read.
By the space of 40 years in a wilderness.
See, you got to understand, man. They come out of Egypt. They didn't want to come out of Egypt, man. Some of them didn't want to come. They was comfortable in Egypt, man. You just got somebody like the black carcasses. You thinking they want to see America fall? The black congressmen, the black chief, police chief, the black lawyers. You thinking they want to? They like their BMW in their square toe shoes. Read,
Yea, ye took up the tabernacle.
This is a place of worship. Read.
Of Moloch.
They still worshiping the devil, man. They still deceiving. Read.
and the star
That image, read.
of your God, Remphan,
Read on.
figures, which ye made to worship them. And I will carry you away beyond Babylon.
I'm going to carry you away right into captivity, then I'm going to snap your neck. Read.
Our fathers
Read.
have the tabernacle of witness
And they have the tabernacles, man, the testimony of witness. Read.
in the wilderness,
In the wilderness, read.
as he had appointed, speaking unto Moses,
He was speaking unto Moses, read.
that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen,
The word of God, but read.
which also our fathers
read.
that came after brought in with Yahawashi.
This is talking about right here Joseph, man. This is talking about Joseph. You understand Joseph in Christ can be translated. Read.
Into the possession of the Gentiles,
Into the promised land of the Gentiles, of the Canaanites. Read.
whom God drave out before the face of our fathers.
That's how you know it was Joshua, it was Christ that was with him, drove him out before the face of our fathers. Read.
Unto the days of David,
Unto the days of David, unto David completely expelled them, man. Read.
who found favor before God,
David found favor before God. Read.
and desired to find a tabernacle
And find a tabernacles. Read.
for the God of Jacob.
For the God of Jacob, man. This is what we're doing. We're trying to find a place of worship for the God of Jacob. Read.
But Solomon
Read.
built him an house.
We're going to understand as we get stronger in these words and these scriptures, we're going to pass it to our children to continue building this house. Read.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands,
He's not dwelling in them temples, man. That's all in the paganism and the idolatry. Read.
as saith the prophet.
As saith the prophets of the Most High, man. Read.
Heaven is my throne,
They say heaven is my throne. Read.
and earth is my footstool.
Read on.
What house will ye build
He
me?
don't need you to build him a house, man. He wants you to get right.
That's right. Bring it out.
No matter what house you out there doing, man, with all that idolatry. It's about you. The end game is about you.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Nothing matters here. What we got next? Teaching Christianity. This is another thing that our peoples get bogged down in, man. These brothers still, give me 1 Timothy, man, 6:1. These brothers still teaching us to walking on some water, man. Who taught them that? How's you envying the oppressor with you teaching the same doctrine that they teach? They teaching the same doctrine. How you in the truth? It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Read that up.
1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 1.
Read on.
Let as many servants as are under the yoke
That believe, that truly believe. The ones that's under that yoke truly believe. Read.
count their own master
Read on.
worthy of all honor,
Read on.
that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed,
Be not speaking evil of, man. Be not taught evil of. Read.
and they that have believing masters,
You don't understand believing teachers, believing elders. Read.
let them not despise them,
Don't despise them. Read.
because they are brethren.
They are what?
They are brethren,
Read on.
but rather do them service.
Do them service. Our job here is to serve y'all. Why you thinking? I'm good, man. But man, that phone and these people just drop the mic sometimes.
Bring it out.
I don't have all these things. But you thinking I'm dealing with Becky, Sue, Bill, Gia, Tia, out of state, hidden state, around the states, out, not even in the body, out the body. You thinking I don't get tired, man? Do you thinking it's not the spirit that would bring me here every Shabbat? I'm looking for people to be in perfection, not into imperfection.
Right. That's right.
When you see things, you have to, it's like you got children in your house. And they in there just, I'm gonna tell you something, they flipping around on your couch, leaving ice cream on your brain. See, the golden hen would be at work. See, you won't allow it in your house, don't allow it in Christ's house. If you're not going to be a man of Christ, then you can't have a house. Read up.
Because they are faithful.
They are what?
They are faithful.
Read.
And beloved, partakers of the benefit.
Of the benefits, man. Read.
These things teach and exhort.
See, I don't want these things taught and exhort. Read.
If any man teach otherwise,
See, anybody teaching otherwise, read.
and consent not to wholesome words,
They're not consent to these sound words. They're not agreeing to these sound words. Read.
even the words of our Lord Christ,
Read on.
and to the doctrine,
Unto the teaching, read.
which is according to godliness.
It's according to the revelations, read.
He is proud.
What is he?
He is proud.
Read.
knowing nothing.
This is what you got out here on these street corners. Proud brothers knowing nothing, man. Nothing but the white man is the devil. That's it. That's all they know.
Bring it out.
That's all they teach. That's all where they go teach. We could be coming together, going into these neighborhoods, man, having all kind of campaigns, man. We could be doing much more than we pleasing beings and these wicked sisters, man. They know nothing, man. That's why you see the sisters, they know nothing. They're in a relationship, man, and one getting treated like a dog and the other one don't know what. I get these calls. I get these calls. I get these calls from women telling me their husband don't do nothing but sit home, play PlayStation, want another wife. I get these calls. Read.
But doubting about questions.
They doubting about questions. Read.
And strifes of words.
And strife of word. Get mad. Read.
Whereof cometh envy.
Cometh what?
Cometh envy.
When you see Christ in you, what comes?
Envy.
What?
Envy.
Read.
Strife.
Hatred, man. Read.
Railings. Even evil surmise.
Man, I'm tell you something. All people wicked as hell, man. Read.
Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds.
Corrupt minds. Read.
And destitute of the truth.
They don't know the real truth, man, because they out here teaching the same regurgitated doctrine they've been teaching since 1 West, man. They're not teaching nothing. They're not bringing nothing. They're not evolving. But see, people don't understand this. Give me Romans 8:6. Let me get a little more. They don't understand this, what this work is about, man. They're not understanding we're here to get our peoples out of this bondage, man. They don't understand our job is to shut down the lies, man, and uplift this truth. We're not finna get it with guns, man. Some of y'all little pea shooters, man, they got a drone there shooting it, put right in there and wipe out a whole block. You can't go to war with people that own these kind of weapons, but only with the truth. Make the end peoples that's around them turn on them. With the truth will turn people, man. The truth will get people to call you. Just like I got a call from a guy. He say you're a millionaire. He'll be down. He say he'll be down here next week. But see, I'm still gonna prove him. And he say everything got to go through the body. See, people. I'm not finna deal with these camps out here with these cats that's proud, man. They're not about the peoples. This is about the peoples. Read up.
Romans chapter 8 verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death.
See, to be carnally minded is death. Read.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
See, I know some of these guys, they're not walking like this. Read.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against God.
He's hatred towards these laws. Read.
For it is not subject to the law of God.
It's not, they don't want to keep these laws. Read.
Neither indeed can be.
It can be. Read.
So then, they that are in the flesh,
they that are in sin, read,
cannot please God.
They can never please God. You can never. So don't be thinking you, because you're lying, you just do one little thing, man. You good. Stop lying before you catch that hand.
That's right.
Give me the last one, man. I'm jumping. Hate. Why is there so much hate in the nation? Give me Proverbs 10 and 18. Why do people hate you? What have you done to them? But rebuke them or something. Hatred, man. Hatred. Read this out.
Proverbs chapter 10 verse 18.
Read on.
He that hideth hatred.
They try to hide it. You don't think people try to hide it, do you? Hey, Shalom, aren't you? Sabru. I can't stand his ass. Read.
With lying lips.
What?
With lying lips.
Read on.
And he that uttereth a slander.
Read on.
Is a fool.
Boy, they don't like these scriptures, man. Give me 1 John 3 and 15. They don't like these scriptures, man. They hate these scriptures. That's why they don't read their Bible. See, some of them just put fringes on, man, and they play the part. This is a lifestyle. Read that up.
1 John chapter 3 verse 15.
Read.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Hold up. I thought murderers wouldn't make it into the kingdom. Read.
And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life.
Read on.
Abiding in him.
No understanding, no life, no abiding in him. Give me John 15 and 18. We're coming to an end. You see how fast I'm hitting these steps? These steps. I call them steps, precepts. Steps. Read that out.
St. John chapter 15 verse 18.
Read.
If the world hate you.
It's talking about Israel, man. We gotta understand the other nations are gonna hate. You can see it when you're in them stores. You got them fringes on. Read.
Ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Christ said, you know, that the same peoples hated him. So I don't worry about them hating. You know what I was in the world? I was the player hater to a hater. Because I'm going to make him hate. Every week, man, I'm at least $300 in the wardrobe. Polo boots. You know, I'm one of them guys that dress nice. Dress nice. Mr. Hilfiger. Everything from the bathroom to the closet to the bedroom. I used to have to be a player because you'd be like, man, why they hate, man? So they bring these same spirits in the truth.
That's right.
Bro, if I can help you get it, I used to give clothes out. If I can help you get it, I'll help you. But guess what? If you don't want knowledge, what you don't do, you don't communicate. Give me John 1:6. 1 John 1:6. It's simple, man. You know, when I first came into that world, man, I went and talked to these guys. Man, how did y'all do this? I wasn't going to hate on them. I wanted to know how they got it. Read that out.
1 John chapter 1 verse 6. If we say that we have fellowship with him,
Read on.
and walk in darkness,
Read on.
we lie and do not the truth.
Give me Matthew 10:22. See, the scriptures really eat you up. They like boxers. I mean, they like put you on the rope or dope on the rope. Boop, 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 boop. You be like, man, what's going on? Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 10 verse 22.
Read on.
And ye shall be hated of all men.
So when you're in this truth, man, don't when you sitting in these seats up here, don't be expecting people to love you, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing that people want to be loved by the people that's gonna hate them and what they hating you for. Cause you bringing the truth. It ain't like what we do. We put our clothes on the same way. We brush our teeth. We do the same thing, but because you bring this word, they gonna hate you. Read.
For my name's sake.
You see, they not hating me for me. They hate me for Christ's name's sake. That's the reason why they hate you. Read on.
But he that endureth to the end shall be
You
saved.
see the one that keep these commandments? That's a precept for the streets. He that endure to the end shall be saved. Give me John 7:7. We're coming to an end, y'all. But I'm just letting you know, man, this is why so much confusion, so much camp hatred, so much, because it's coming from the elders. See, I'm not gonna teach y'all to hate nobody. Shalom, man. I'm telling you, if you know they're in the follies, man, keep your distance, man. Because if they calling you, want to gossip about things, let them know, hey. And then once you tell them, hey, I don't deal with that, guess what they gonna do? You're not gonna receive no more calls. And if you call them, they're not gonna answer because you ain't doing what they want to do. Read this out.
St. John chapter 7 verse 7.
Read on.
The world cannot hate you,
Read on.
but me it hated.
See, this nation not hating us. They hate Christ. Because guess what? Without the spirit of Christ, we wouldn't even be sitting in here. Some of y'all will be at soccer games today, at the beauty shop or the nail shop or whatever you do, what you used to do. But see, the Most High called you in. Read.
Because I testify of it.
I testify of it. Read.
That the works thereof are evil.
See, I testify. Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. Now about the midst
No,
of
17. John 17:14.
verse 17.
John 17:14. Yeah, John 17:14. Read that out.
St. John chapter 17 verse 14.
Read.
I have given them thy word.
Hold up, what did he say?
I have given them thy word.
Read on.
And the world hath hated them.
Hold up, and the what?
And the world hath hated them.
You know when people's in that 2/3 club because they hate these words, man. Read.
Because they are not of the world.
They're not of the 1/3. They're not of the truth. Read.
Even as I am not of the world.
Give me Titus 2:1-15. Titus 1:15. Let's get it. We got the last two, man. But the thing is, what I'm trying to show you, man, it's not that the people that bring the truth, man. It's the people that hate the people for nothing. You know, I've seen so much hatred in this truth, man. I don't understand that. Read this out.
Titus chapter 1 verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure.
All things are pure. Read.
But unto them that are defiled,
Them ones that's in sin, that still got them sins on them, that can't get them sins go, can't shake it off. Read.
and unbelieving,
They unbelieving. Read.
is nothing pure.
It's nothing pure to them, man. Read.
But even their mind
Even their mind. Read.
and conscience
Read on.
Is defiled.
It's what?
Is defiled.
It's defiled, man. Titus 3:15. We're gonna end it on there.
Titus chapter 3, verse 15.
Read.
All that are with me salute thee.
He said, all that with me, salute them. Read.
Greet them that love us in faith.
Greet them, love them that love us in faith. Read.
Grace be with you.
Grace be with you. Peace be with you. Read.
Amen.
That's talking about Christ. See, I'm going to tell you something, man. It's a hard job, man. Because other people's going to hate you. So camps going to hate you. Because guess what? They don't want to bring their standard of life up. They're comfortable with being who they are. Y'all remember that? And on that note, shalom.